that's when we killed that other god.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is when it happened.
Which happened
Just
last
forgot.
week.
Exactly last
Last week.
No time has passed. Hey,
No.
Internet. Hey, HyperRPG. Welcome to He Left It Dead, a Call of Cthulhu RPG. First, I'm just really happy to be back.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm
Yeah.
excited you guys survived your triage and and got here. And thank you guys.
How was it crossing the Nile to get here, by the way?
Dude.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was,
I have to say that driving down Lancashire, I felt like I needed a canoe and not my car that I was driving.
I'm also going to say this. I only ever want to do small talk playing this music underneath it.
Yes, it really adds a lot of
It's
dramatic
raining
flair.
It's
outside.
It
There
is.
he is.
we
I'm
crossed the Nile.
I'm from
Yeah.
Burbank. I came from Burbank, which is probably
You came from Burbank?
which
Matt's
is,
here.
What, like a couple miles away?
Yeah, maybe.
And I think I was in my car for an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So,
My first goal was to get into the show quickly, and that's shot. Wanted to say thank you guys again
I
for
was
making
stalling
this
for-
move possible.
Yeah.
We could do it without him. It's fine. I'm kidding. I don't
were
think we make
prepared.
any money without Matt being here. Just get his butt
he
handed to him.
exists just to
Hey,
torment.
buddy.
What's
Glad
up,
you got
guys?
here. I'm your keeper. My name is Joe Starr. Before we begin, it's been a couple weeks, so I just want
has
to
been.
reintroduce everybody and reacquaint everyone with the table, starting with Zach.
Well, there's equipment over there. I know you don't work here anymore, but there's equipment over there.
Usually my aim's pretty good when it comes to throwing things on chairs.
I heard a
but-
crash. So anyway, hello, my name is J.J. Theakston. I'm a private investigator, and I hail from Kansas City, Missouri, birthplace Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I killed an elder god.
Really did.
I'm Bernard Benson, and I'm playing Bert Jennings. Wait,
Wait a
No.
minute.
Wait.
Other way.
Other way around.
flip that around. I guess we're all going a little crazy so far.
It's raining a lot
It's
outside.
raining
It
a lot.
is.
I'm like I don't know, a dude who survived the Great War and doesn't really know how to get back into normal society. So I kind of do stuff for questionable organizations. I don't know. I'm your guys' long-range support. Pew, pew. I snipe things, and we'll see how that works against monsters and other worldly creatures.
Pistols work great.
Pistols worked pretty good, so I feel like I got a
And
shot.
throwing them
Yeah.
at things.
I'm Emma Fife. I play Florence Abernathy. She's afraid of firearms because of you guys at home. Thank you so much for that. She's a former chorus girl, used to dance with a troupe in New York City, and then she departed New York for somewhat mysterious reasons and was last seen working aboard a riverboat where she fell into the company of these fine folks.
I'm Kim Cannon. I play Apollonia Wayworth. She's been around for a while. She's seen a lot of things, centuries worth. She is British. She is 100% human and 100% vampire.
She does not like the Welsh.
And something happened in Cardiff
Something happened,
or in
yeah.
the valleys somewhere, yeah.
I'm Mal Acevedo, and I am playing Gordy Fitzgerald, an entrepreneur inventor who is kind of down on his luck, not making that much money. So he has joined this party to just become the driver to make ends meet. But all of these encounters have led to something much, much worse than late rent. So
Yeah, so that's our cast.
The rent's late.
This game is built around you guys helping me drive these characters as far into madness as we can. Quite frankly, you guys have already made the show creepier than I could have on my own, so thank you so much. Let's keep it up tonight. Here are the ways that you can participate. For $25, you can add a hashtag reroll to the group reroll pool, which they need, especially Matt, because he is bad at dice. Zach does not need them because I hate him.
I won!
You won the
That's
game.
cumulative for the table. $30, hashtag sanity. You can cause a character to have a flashback, a positive flashback, where they can reclaim 1d4 plus 1 sanity from all the madness. So those are fun. They sort of throw our players a curveball, but also it provides some fun ways to sort of learn about the characters, and also helps me figure out some fun ways to screw with them more. Which is super helpful. $35, hashtag insanity. You can cause a character to have a flashback, a negative flashback to a traumatic time in their life, dipping them 1d6 deeper into madness. those can get dark and fun and weird. Hashtag $50, hashtag $50, hashtag phobia. You can give a character of your choice a phobia or a mania. Those run the gamut.
I'm afraid of alcohol.
You're afraid of alcohol. Gordy's afraid of horses.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about
And
the
apparently
horse.
hats. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
hats. Apollonia, I think you're just afraid of being alone right now.
Right, the
I
unknown?
think. Yeah, the unknown.
The
That is it. And you're afraid of firearms. So yeah, that stuff can build and stack. And then for $75, hashtag evil. You create an evil encounter. The party has an immediate encounter with something sinister. I'll probably yes and with you off of this a little bit. This is how last week we got a man with a horse's head
So creepy.
for a head, and also how we got a weird maggot beast crawling around. So that stuff was great. Thank you guys. Let's keep it up tonight. And then finally, for $100, hashtag GM powers, make your own impact on the direction of the story. You guys came in horde with that last week with weird weather shifts and all sorts of just crazy things happening. We hit a goal. We hit 2 goals last week, one that kind of crumbled Apollonia a little bit, and one that woke up an Elder God, which just really smashed through you guys and made very short work of you immediately.
Psych.
That said, we have
I
2
remember
goals.
it
We have goals tonight. For every $500, I will roll a 1d6, and 1 means I get to pick. But that person just loses their sanity points for the rest of the game, and they plunge into something very bad.
I hope
man.
it's nice.
It's probably going to be me.
Make sure. Do we have Magic the Gathering after this?
No.
Okay,
That's
we're in.
tomorrow night.
Oh,
Tomorrow
okay.
night at 6 p.m. Michelle Bradley is going to be joining us.
I like Michelle
for-
Bradley.
for Magic the Gathering.
That'll be fun.
And I believe Naeem is also going to be joining us to show off the art that he did for the custom token.
Nice.
That the audience won.
It's
It's really
pretty good.
It's
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. So we're going to be playing some Magic tomorrow night. It's going to be really fun. That's going to be 6 p.m. Top-down cameras, all that good stuff. But tonight, it's just this.
Awesome.
You're
Oh.
enjoying.
Yes.
So we're going
This.
forever.
Well,
Sorry, I'm just reacquainting myself with how the browser works while we speak. So just to recap you guys just a little bit, Bernard, before I forget, go ahead and bank a sanity.
yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
We'll make you do
Let's all
a
burn it.
pleasant memory and all that stuff as soon as we get started. So quick recap, then we'll jump in because upon review of the game, I don't start it well enough or soon enough. So let's get into it. Brief recap: JJ, Gordy, and Bernard were hired by the Marizano crime family out of New York to investigate the disappearance of a group they sent to meet with a family called the Toons.
Toons,
They are a family of bootleggers outside of Louisville. Florence and Apollonia sort of worked their way into being a part of the trip. Florence's fiance is one of the disappeared, and Apollonia wants to make a deal with the Toons. Things went bad very quickly. Their car crashed. Was driven off the road.
Fireville? What?
Fisherville.
Fisherville. I
Fisherville.
can't read my own handwriting.
And for anyone who has reached out and said, that's not where Fisherville is, I know. I have made my own weird Kentucky. I can do that. That's where I'm from. So the car crashed. The group encountered a creature made out of maggots.
Yeah, that's gross.
A horse-headed man.
yeah.
There's a strange owl floating
I'm
around.
pretty sure I killed it.
But then it
And
came back.
Another one came.
But then it
yeah,
came
popped
back.
up.
Arriving into the town, things got worse. The locals at a diner called Murray's took them to something that they called the Gathering, which ended with something massive and otherworldly, waking up in the woods that was quickly avoided by JJ. And so let's jump back in. JJ is dead on the ground.
I did it! I killed an Elder God! What was that thing?
Okay,
going
so where we last left off, people were scattering from the White House where this gathering had been taking place. Clouds had sort of covered and sort of come over the stars and the moon. Things have gotten a lot darker. All hell has broken loose. There are just these ungodly screams coming from the forest. All of you saw these tentacles whipping out and trying to get JJ. You saw JJ somehow miss all of that, and then all of you passed your sanity check upon seeing that.
That's right. That's right.
But basically, all of you sort of ran from the woods, and you've all sort of gathered sort of close to Bernard, who is camped out in a tree. So you guys have sort of regrouped with Bernard. It's dark. There's people running around everywhere. You're back on your own, more or less.
Gordy, I think we got a little more trouble than just bootleggers on our hands here.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
All I know is we gotta get everybody. We gotta get out of here. But forget the mission. Forget that. We got bigger problems on our hands.
Forget the mission? Don't you think that might be related?
You think what are we supposed to do
We're
about
supposed to find those guys that disappeared. You don't want the Marizanos beating you up, do you?
I don't think they're the biggest threat anymore.
Well,
did you see that thing? Well, all this stuff that's going on here is out of our league.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never really been out of the city before. For all I know, that happens all the time.
I didn't see it. I was up in a tree and it was dark. What do you see? What do you mean?
Well, it was like...
What did you see?
Well, I was a little confused because, you see, I thought octopus only lived in the ocean.
What an octopus? Something else.
Like a giant squid or something?
Like a demon or something.
Oh.
Sent straight from hell. I don't know, I'm talking crazy.
No, you're not crazy. We all saw that. And these people, they got something to do with it. Maybe they summoned it or something with that tree. What they were doing on that tree.
Yeah, and all them with their knives.
I don't know, guys. If you really think we should buckle down and dig deeper...
Hold on, just 1 minute. Again, you guys, last I remember, you went inside the diner, you were talking to these people. We had to follow you. What did you learn? Did you learn anything about the people that we're looking for before we start figuring out what we're going to do?
They said...
Your gentleman caller. Anything about him?
They said that they passed through here, that Bobby and those guys that were sent by the Marizanos to do whatever it was they were supposed to do with the Toon family passed through this way. And they all went with them to this gathering, they called it.
Where they pulled out knives.
Yeah. Well, you got a better look at it than I did, Apollonia.
Seems like the whole town was in on it.
So they're taking the outsiders like us and giving them that demon thing, maybe?
Oh, I don't know. Were they going to try to sacrifice us or something?
I think that was what just exactly happened.
Do you think that's what happened?
Love. They all had knives.
No. I am not gonna give up on trying to find Bobby, okay? We don't know that he's dead until I find his body or some sort of proof.
And as this very sweet woman sort of starts to break down a little bit, Bernard, you recall sort of a more positive memory that sort of pulls some reserves and a little bit of, I don't know, what's the best word, gumption out of you as we sort of roll into that flashback.
Sure. So, as Florence is kind of getting emotional about Bobby, and I don't know, slowly Bernard is kind of putting some of this together, but it seems more and more apparent that there's something else here. Kind of the conviction and emotion that she is pouring forth right now just reminds me of how a time when we were back on the farm and my little brother had gone missing for a while, and my mother just would not give up. She would find him. She knew she would. And as a lot of people kind of said, he's been gone too long, she would always go out there and look, and eventually she did find him, and he was okay. And if that happened then, that can happen now. Can I get 1d4 back?
You roll 1 D6 for me.
Oh hell yeah! I need this so bad.
D6, baby.
Or I apologize, 1d4 plus 1.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, I am a poop.
Hey!
I'll take it.
Hell
That
yes!
is 5.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, great. So
Dope.
you obviously can't, go over
Yep.
your, but
Yep.
yeah, you're good.
Florence, I understand now that you possibly played us a little bit and you're wanting to come on this adventure. And I'm not upset about it. But do you have any more information you could share with us about this individual you're looking for that maybe could aid us?
It's Bobby, is it?
Yeah. No. Alls I know is, well, you see, Bobby and me, we was engaged to be married. Well, it's a little unclear whether or not we're still engaged or not on account of the fact that he didn't actually take back my engagement ring. He told me to keep it because it's worth a lot of money. I have it on a chain around my neck, so I take it out. It's like a huge ass diamond.
It's a
rock.
it's a paperweight.
Yeah.
And he wanted you to keep that.
Yeah, no. Well, he wanted me to keep it so I would sell it, but I couldn't. Because, well, I'm still in love with him, you see, and I didn't know when we started our relationship that he had any sort of involvement with people like the Marizanos, if you know what I mean. He just thought he was a nice, rich, gentlemanly type.
That same roar cuts across the forest again, cuts across the woods. And as it washes over you guys, you start to see from the direction of the restaurant and where those couple of houses were, you're starting to see torchlight, people sort of starting to regroup, reorganize.
Yeah, I think we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Form some sort of a plan, figure out what we're going to do next.
A group of torches is never a good thing.
No.
Have we explored the house at all?
Oh, like the main hall, right?
We've only the main hall. We haven't explored.
Oh, the house. No one really went inside. Everyone kind
Yeah,
of
we were
was
at
in the
the-
front yard and then behind it. So no one's gone into the house.
You know,
Oh,
they
okay.
did say that nobody actually lived in that house.
So you think that's a good place to hide, or you think that's exactly where they look for us?
Well, at any rate, it might be a place for us to get indoors and find some sort of cover where there might not be nobody looking for us.
As
I
you guys
also
are sort of talking now, these the torches, because it's not a great distance. Now
Yeah.
you are seeing
Yeah.
people head
Look, everybody
back in
ran
that
back
direction.
that way. So whatever it is that's in those woods frightens them too.
So you think that we should take our chances with whatever's out there? I don't think anyone will follow us.
I don't think we'll be followed.
Oh boy.
Better the devil you know or the devil you don't.
Yeah, but you killed it anyway, so we're fine.
Well, I mean, that's,
It was a 1 in a million shot.
Was there only one?
Look, I don't know if I actually killed it. I just landed a good blow. This is not an earthly creature we're dealing with here.
You know,
I never saw his face.
I indicate towards the silhouette of torches. So which one's the devil you know? And I
People with
indicate to the woods as well.
People with torches, the ones I know.
Yeah. I can handle people.
But devil you don't. We got a chance, right? Or do we have to start blazing through all these town folks here? Do we even know if they're actually bad people or they're being, I don't know, under some sort of...
Like some sort of spell? Like they're possessed or something?
I don't know. I don't believe in any of this stuff anyway. I don't understand what's going on.
well, it seems like some sort of cult, and everyone's got to be involved in this town.
Oh.
I shot a man.
As you guys are talking,
What?
people are starting to get
I hope
closer. You're not super well hidden, so
Oh,
at
we should
some
probably
point
go.
soon, someone's going to point at you.
We should go.
Force or the house.
I make
go.
for the house.
Oh,
Oh, shit, I guess we'll go.
All right, I guess I start limping into the house.
Okay. So you guys are sort of moving back across the this bit of a clearing,
Yeah.
back towards the house. If there was a sort of aerial shot of this, you sort of almost see two groups heading in this direction. You guys are a little bit ahead, so you guys are going to reach the house probably before this little miniature mob gets there. It looks to be about maybe 10 or 11 people.
Right. guess I'm hiding in the house now. I don't know.
Well, maybe in the house we could get some answers. Maybe.
You think there's a basement in this place? Or
I'm thinking of hiding some. Maybe there's people hiding here.
Look, there's answers,
they
but
were-
there's also we gotta be quiet while we're doing it. We gotta get hidden quick.
So as you guys are sort of walking and planning, Gordy.
Oh no. So it begins.
Here we go.
Oh, I missed you, chat.
Me too.
Almost just out of the corner of your eye, back towards, sort of behind the house, back towards the forest, you see that damn disc again. That plastic disc. It's just sitting there.
No.
Oh, it's my flying disc. Hey, how did it get there?
Gordy, come on, we gotta get
Hold on,
inside.
I gotta get this.
We don't have time.
Gordy,
You
we gotta
see-
get inside. They're coming.
A smaller figure, sort of steps out of the woods, picks it up, sort of like
hey.
hugs it to their body a little bit,
Hey, you put that down. It's not yours.
Gordy,
It's not yours.
and
Gordy,
heads
who are
back
you
in
talking
There's nothing
to?
there.
to the woods.
Shit! It took my flying disc.
Gordy,
What?
I threw that thing in the water.
No, that little kid just picked it up and ran
There's
to the
no
woods.
kids out
Are
in the
you
woods.
are you
Gordy.
stopped right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrong answer.
It's as you guys start to argue, you hear the voice of one of the boys from Murray's. Yo, that's them! There they are!
Shit!
Hold on.
Why are you picking me up? I'm hiding.
Oh
So-
shit!
So
I ducked down in the weeds.
JJ and Bernard lie down in the grass.
I just let my leg go limp. I went down. It was a
Just-
reflex.
just
And
instinct.
I'm starting to
just
crawl
reflex.
into a bush or something.
I mean, you guys have been spotted.
Oh,
Damn it.
Okay.
I told you that wouldn't work. I'm like, well, they know that we're here. We got to go to the woods.
Ain't nobody here but us cats.
You said you saw someone, you saw a kid
There was
in
a
the
kid.
woods.
He took my flying disc. He ran to the woods.
Then let him
Potential
have
hot-
it then.
A kid?
I can't let him have it. I made that. That's gonna make hundreds.
Then you can make more.
Oh yeah.
If they were spotted, I'm moving
That's
toward.
true.
Where did you see this kid?
What's that?
Where did you see
He
the
went to the
kid?
woods over there.
Yeah. In
Well,
the,
then what are we waiting for?
yeah, in the
And
woods
I'm, and I'm,
towards-
I was
I'm
gonna
like
start
kind of moving
booking
towards
it.
it.
There's something crazy in that woods. We better go get that kid.
There ain't no kid. Damn it. I'm on the ground crawling after. There's no kid. Keep your head down. They're following us.
Okay, so you
We just
guys
went like
are you guys are running sort of into the woods.
Yes.
You sort of pass through the first trees, and just ahead of you, Gordy, you still see this figure. They're sort of waving the disc over their head.
They're not like
smaller.
naked, are they?
No. Smaller person, but you're right. Looks like a kid.
It would be terrifying. if you saw
That would
like a
be
naked
scary.
dude.
That would be scary. But sort of, yeah. As you guys hit the woods, that's the first thing you see is this.
Hey, you! Get back here! There's the kid! There's the kid! That's the kid! Get back here! I start running towards him.
Okay.
The rest of us don't see a kid, do we?
No.
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 Great.
Ah! I'm coming for you!
I'm just
Get
running
back here.
after Gordy.
Now, is it really worth it?
He's gonna steal my invention!
So are you guys running after?
I'm running
Gordy?
after Gordy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I hide?
Yeah, you can.
I'm
you
on
can try
the
to hide.
ground. I got a bum leg. I'm not gonna run after some guy in the woods in the dark.
Lucas, can we kill music a little bit? Okay, so you're. Thank you. So you're hiding.
I just need to hide. I can't keep up with them. I got a bum leg. I can't just run through the woods like that.
Okay. Okay. Good call. Okay. So
Is that spot hid?
JJ is
Stealth?
going
Yeah,
to
stealth.
try to hide.
Unless you're
So yeah,
spotted.
go ahead and so
Stealth?
you were trying to hide yourself. So yeah, go ahead and we're gonna roll your stealth.
All right.
It's going to be normal roll, no like crazy difficulty.
All right. First roll of the night. Let's do that.
First roll of the night. You guys have some re-rolls.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
That you
Not
need.
needed.
Don't need it.
That's a number 6.
Ugh.
Also, my stealth is an 80, so I think that's a pretty good success.
You're like
Yeah,
one with the
that's,
tree right now.
Yeah. So go
As
ahead.
I'm crawling on the ground, I just happen to find a really large stack of leaves that somebody piled up that I just snake into.
Perfect. Yeah. So so that's kind of where you're hidden. You sort of found this pile of leaves.
Oh shit! I didn't tell him I was gonna hide.
Okay. So the rest of you.
I'm running
Are
after
running after
Gordy.
I'm running towards
Yeah.
the kid.
I am not running. I am walking briskly.
Okay. You are power walking after Gordy. Got it.
You're gonna lead us all to our death. You know.
Okay.
Thank the chat.
Over a fucking
That's the
frisbee.
chat.
JJ, I'm going to leave you where you are for a moment
It's understood.
as we
Hiding.
follow the rest of the group sort of crashing through the woods after Gordy. You run for maybe a good, it seems, obviously longer than it is because, there's adrenaline, blah, blah, blah. It's probably only a couple of minutes of hauling ass after this kid where when you actually hit what you see is a clearing up ahead, and you do see the lights of a building.
Hey guys, I think there's something here. There's a building. Maybe the kid went in there. Maybe we can hide in there
Do
until.
we see this building?
Once you catch up, yes.
Okay.
Where's JJ?
I thought he was behind you.
I think the kid's in
I
that
don't
building.
have him.
Is it a shack? Is it a...
Yeah, can I?
So as you examine further, it looks like a very small, simple, one-room. Well, you'd probably be the first to recognize it because you're from Kansas, right?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, from Kansas City. Well, small town guy. You would recognize like a very small, like one-room church.
Oh.
And in fact, as you see it, there's a small church bell at the top that actually rings. And as it rings, you do see all of you, the same small figure that Gordy was crashing at, sort of skipping around the side and around. You guys are
Is
sort
it
of
holding
at the back
something?
of the building.
It's playing with a frisbee.
In here, I thought I was just humoring you.
Do you want to roll your spot hit?
See, that's the kid.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll your spot hit.
You're right,
for
there
me.
is a kid.
Crumbs.
82. That's a nope.
Okay, so you can't really, you
Yeah.
didn't really get a good look.
I guess he could
At,
have been holding something. Well, wait.
I feel like something ain't right about that kid
Yeah. What is this? What is the service doing out here
in the middle of the night.
in the middle of the night?
Hey, kid.
The kid has already skipped around.
Oh, okay. All right.
The building. But you do, as you're sort of sitting and watching, you do actually start to hear music. You hear what sounds to be a small group of people singing along to what sounds like a church hymn.
Oh, not spooky at all.
Are there like windows which we can look into this church through, or is this like a Jehovah's Witness no window situation?
They're all Pentecostal.
There are windows you can't, but from where you are, you can't like
You have to get
peer
closer,
into.
yeah.
Right, but I'm saying like we could sneak
could
up, we
theoretically-
could sneak and then look in
Yes.
the windows.
Yes, you could.
Okay, great. That's what I would like to try to do.
Okay, will you please roll your stealth for me?
Super. I don't know how stealthy I am. Probably not very. Oh, actually, not too bad.
You're stealthy for a flapper.
Stealthy-ish. That is a success.
Okay, so Florence sort of steps out into the clearing. This isn't a woman with any kind of training or anything like that. It's almost just pure, I mean, she's pure luck and love and gumption. So she just straight up and through whatever divine providence that just circles Florence. In fact, she's almost empowered as she takes this step forward and is suddenly reminded of something that gives her just a well of inner strength.
Nice.
I assume I'm supposed to elaborate on what that is.
Yes, and
Okay. So, I remember when May reached out to me, and see, May's one of my girlfriends, and it was not too long after Bobby had ended whatever was going on between us when he told me to take back my ring just so I could sell it and get some money and take care of myself. And I was feeling real low. But May came to me and she told me that Bobby was working with the Marizanos and that I should go to whatever this state is that we're in. Kentucky?
Yep.
Cool. I knew it started with a K. And I just...
That's on the
It was
license plate.
the first time, and for the first time, I felt like someone really believed in me and like I could get my life back. And I ain't gonna let some crazy backwater cult stop me from doing it.
Right on. So as you are sort of empowered, you're sneaking forward. You find, you see on the sort of the side of the building, there is just sort of a rounded, like stained glass window that's kind of opaque, but you can,
Right.
you could still, kind of see through it and sort of see what you can see.
What's inside?
Okay, so you sort of step up. You're peering inside, and you see the most usual run-of-the-mill church service that's happening at 1 or 2 a.m. That you could possibly imagine. You see there's a few rows of pews. You see a pulpit. There's a gentleman standing behind the pulpit, and a congregation, maybe like about 11 people that are all standing. They're all holding hymns, and they're singing. Now, as you're up close to the building, you can sort of clearly hear a hymn. You don't necessarily recognize it, but everyone's singing, and this gentleman sort of behind the pulpit is leading.
I like
You do see in one of the back rows that the small
figure.
figure.
I like gesture for everyone to come and like hide where I am.
Okay, is
one of
everyone
these.
going?
I sneak. Yeah,
Sure.
Okay, everyone roll your stealth.
Sneaky. Oh, that's a 35. What's my stealth?
You do have rerolls.
What is my stealth?
Cool. I will use
and
one.
roll your 1d4
Oh yeah,
if you've lost some sanity.
I have.
1d4 plus 1.
I would like to use one of those rerolls.
I would
please.
like to.
Okay.
How many more rerolls do we have?
After those
Yeah.
two, you have 9.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I will use
Yeah,
one,
they've
please.
been good to us. Okay, so
Holy
you just
crap.
use one, you just use one. We have 9 left.
I failed by like 4.
Ooh, okay.
Use a reroll.
Do you want to use a
I
reroll?
pass.
It's like a really. I'd have to roll really high.
Use
But
just
we have a lot
one.
of rerolls.
Oh, then we'll use my reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those
Oh,
reroll
any
tips
more?
even said format.
I'll use another reroll.
Okay. Guys, remember when 2 seconds ago we said we had a
Okay.
lot of rerolls and then Matt went, ooh.
Is there any more?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot, but
I'll use another reroll. There we go. That's
Yeah.
29. Made it by
Yeah.
1.
Thanks, chat.
it's like roll one, get 4 free.
You guys have 6 rerolls left.
Okay.
You used to have so many. So
Can I have
some-
And
some
we
of your
could
fries?
once
Oh, I
more.
couldn't. Oh, I guess I will.
Okay. So you guys sort of approach the side of the church. You catch up with Florence.
It doesn't look like there's anything that unusual going on
Except
here.
for people awake at 2 in the morning.
Well, that thought had
Worshipping.
crossed my mind.
Yeah, this is pretty weird.
Or maybe it's weird how normal it is.
I'm gonna go with weird, especially if just right across the forest there's a group of people doing weird knife stuff.
Everything about this evening's weird.
I have to sort of admit, after the run-ins with the peoples with the knives and the torches and whatnot, that I thought we might find a whole bunch of people in robes and cutting up human sacrifices or something in here.
The evening's still young.
Yeah, this is all just sort of normal-looking folk.
We're not concerned about JJ.
Nobody said a thing. That's fine. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you,
He's a strong person, though.
he's
He'll
got
be
a
all
bum leg.
What would you guys like to do?
You guys literally left a cripple out in the woods.
You did?
Maybe somebody ought
he went.
to, maybe somebody ought to go back and find him. But,
All right.
Gordy, didn't you want to see if your invention was...
Yeah, we should knock on the door.
Yeah, why don't you go ask that kid for that back?
Yeah, I'm going to go knock on the door.
Okay. Is anyone going with...
No, I'm going to go
Gordy?
with Gordy.
Okay.
I'm
Florence is
gonna
going with
see
Gordy.
what happens.
Apollonia's
staying
by
with
the window.
Apollonia.
I am gonna.
Okay, you guys are staying by the window.
As soon as they get like around the corner, I'm pulling out my gun.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so
Might as well be direct.
Gordy
They seem
and
very
Florence,
normal,
you
but weird.
you walk down
Yes.
the side of the building. You're sort of hugging the building, and as you come around to the front, there's like two small steps up to sort of a porch,
Great.
almost, just a small porch,
Okay.
and the door is wide open.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'm gonna walk right in.
I walk right in as well.
Okay. You guys step into.
Didn't check for traps.
You guys step into what is just a textbook Sunday morning.
This is creepy.
A
Not helping Lucas.
hem is finishing. The small figure, who, as you're now approaching, is a small blonde girl, is just sitting in sort of the back pew. No one really pays either of you any mind, but then as sort of the hem is settling down, the gentleman behind the pulpit just says, "Now please be seated." And he sees the two of you and says, "Oh, come in, sit. Come in, sit."
I walk in and sit in the pew with the little girl.
Have you? Hi, hello. I'm Gordy. Nice to meet you.
Saying that to the room.
I also believe in God, so we have that in common.
So wait,
Gordy!
you just said this to the room?
Yeah.
Gordy, save.
Okay.
Don't interrupt. Save that conversation for coffee
I apologize.
after church. I assume that these are nice, civilized folk, and they have a coffee hour after church. Sit down.
Oh, yeah.
The
I'll take my seat.
gentleman behind the pulpit just everyone's kind of looking at you guys, and he's just kind of, well, all right then. Well, welcome. We don't necessarily have a coffee hour, but I'm sure there's coffee to be found somewhere, ma'am, and welcome to it.
So glad I'm laying in the woods. Honestly.
So he sort of gestures for you two to sit. You guys, where do you guys sit?
I'm sitting in the back
the
pew
back.
with the little
Yeah,
girl.
With the little blonde girl?
Yeah.
Okay. She's not holding a plastic disc for what it's worth.
Perfect.
And the preacher sort of collects himself for a moment and takes a moment. He takes a small leather book from the pulpit, takes a moment, opens it, readies himself, and says, "Now when he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, 'What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, do not torture me.' For Jesus had said to him, 'Come out of this man, you impure spirit.' And Jesus asked him, 'What is your name?' 'My name is Legion,' he replied, 'for we are many.' And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. A large herd of pigs was feeding on the nearby hillside. And you know what happened next. The demon begged Jesus, 'Send us among the pigs, allow us to go among them.' He gave them permission, and the impure spirits came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in number, or at least that's what they tell us, rushed down the steep bank into the lake and were drowned. What is the lesson here? That man is not comfortable with the status quo, no matter what gifts are given to us by our betters, by our superiors, by our elders. No matter what gifts the elders give us, mankind will always get in its own way. A wolf descended upon our shepherd and cast him into the water. Be afraid of wolves. Do not deter from the shepherd. That is the word. And sort of peppered in through this, you hear some praises and amens and hallelujahs. Just good. Like you said, it does sound like a good, solid Pentecostal service.
I'm not sure how we got from a bunch of dead pigs to wolves.
Alice, would you like to do your reading? The little girl sitting next to you sort of straightens up and smiles, walks to the pulpit, and he sort of gestures, and she takes a moment. She walks to the sort of back of that area and just picks up a small step stool, walks back to the pulpit with it, puts the step stool down, and steps up.
Sheds her mortal form.
She clears her throat and says, "A reading. 'Twas brillig and the slithy troves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the burrow groves, and the moan wrasse outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the mansome foe he sought, so rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood awhile in thought. And as if uffish though he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffing through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with his head he went galumping back." She sort of pauses and closes her little book, steps down from the stool, picks up the stool, returns it to where it came from. The Reverend steps back to the pulpit and just smiles and says, "I love that reading, especially for new visitors." At this point, a flock acts like a flock. Family acts like family. Take a moment, acknowledge a neighbor, shake a hand, introduce yourself, and let's not be strangers. And as he says that, everyone just sort of starts to stand up. There's like 11, 12 people. They're all sort of like shaking each other's hands and talking to each other, sort of casting eyes at the two of you. When you notice that the Reverend is coming directly sort of down the center to speak with you. The two of you see all of this happening from the window. You didn't necessarily hear really the sermon necessarily, the reading, maybe bits and pieces of the sermon, probably not the reading because it was a a little girl sort of reading
What the hell is a
from the inside.
jabbersmock?
Did you say that? Out loud?
yeah.
Okay. A what?
I was trying to listen. The kid said something about a.
You would have heard it all actually pretty well.
Okay,
Apollonia.
got it.
That's my trigger. I'm trying to get.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't. Did you get what that kid said?
Jabberwock.
Claws
familiar.
that something or other.
The eye in the dark. Do I recognize Alice as Alice from the last volume?
No,
Okay.
she's just a little blonde girl.
All right. Extraordinary. But how?
What'd you say?
Bernard, as you are sort of watching Apollonia react sort of strangely, you suddenly start to feel your hands start to get a little clammy, and this isn't a flashback, this is a phobia, but they've given some, Bradley, you've provided some great context, so we're going to go with it. You are reminded of a time in the Great War when you were a sniper. You shot a man from your position. You didn't kill him, but for whatever reason you chose to go sort of check in with this guy. For whatever, you'd never done something like that before, but for whatever reason you snuck your way over and you just sat with him while he died, singing religious hymns and praying. It went on for hours and hours until he finally died. And this kicks into your phobia of religious songs and hymns and religious things in general. Will you please roll against your sanity?
Perfect.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Where's the little girl?
Oops.
Ugh. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a big fat no for me.
That's a big fat no from you.
We still got rerolls, though.
Can I use rerolls
Okay.
on this? I don't
No.
think I can. Yeah.
Okay, so
How many points do I lose? What happens?
so you lose 2.
Okay.
You you sort of start to feel your heart rate increase, and you would like to do nothing more than to get away from this building. But other than that, you're sort of able to.
Oh, I failed bad though.
Yeah, no, you feel bad, but the amount of sanity you actually lost
Got
wasn't a
it.
huge amount.
Okay.
So you definitely want to get away from this thing.
It's all in German. He just kept. It was in German. I'm gonna go find JJ. You're fine.
Wait, what?
You're fine here, right?
What just happened?
And I'm just gonna start to go back to the forest.
Okay, you're just winging it back to the
It's
forest?
a creepy church. I don't like these things. I gotta just, you got this.
What does this have to do with Germany?
I'm already gone.
Okay, so he has booked it back into the forest. Apollonia, you are...
I'm still here.
Yeah, you are...
I'm comfy.
And as the Reverend sort of comes up and greets you two, the small girl Alice is still sort of closer up in front of the church. Some folks are talking to her. We are going to cut back to JJ. Who first I need to roll against his sanity because he is lying alone in the woods in the dark and you are scared of the woods.
Oh yeah.
No, that's right.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right. Got a pretty good handle on my sanity here. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, that passes.
Nice.
Son of a
Passes,
bitch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I still lose one, right?
You do lose one.
Okay.
So you are you're not thrilled, you're not comfortable, you're not happy, but you are maintaining as best you can. The folks that were looking for you guys, a few people came by pretty closely.
Okay. All right.
Looked around, didn't manage to find you,
It's being one with the leaves here.
and had eventually moved on. So it's been quiet for a good
Maybe
little
I should
bit.
move. Maybe not. Maybe I should stay here. Maybe somebody will come back. Maybe I can tell. But if it's not my somebody, and I start saying like, "Hey, over here," and I can't see anything. It's dark out here, so I start like, "Hey," and then not my somebody, then I'm gonna be in trouble. So maybe I should just be quiet. Maybe I should just wait until daylight. Just lay here. Just lay here in the weeds.
You hear a twig snap
Oh shit.
next to you.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna maybe move a couple leaves and peek out and see if I can see anything
Okay.
in the moonlight here.
Okay.
It's gonna one at a time. Just real, one
So
leaf,
you are
real quiet now.
moving some leaves.
Yeah, I'll roll my stealth if you want.
No need to roll your stealth.
You sure?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll your stealth for me. That's more fair than me just throwing things at you.
I've succeeded greatly on that.
You want to use a reroll?
No, I definitely don't. Doing pretty good. Just move a couple leaves out, and I'm looking out through the dark here to see what that snap came from.
Okay. Again, it's dark. There's not a lot of light
Okay.
because of all these weird clouds that it's sort of rolled in. So it's hard. You're trying to get your eyes to focus. Your ears really perk up before you're really able to see anything. And what you're hearing is just kind of this like...
Ooh.
So not Bernard.
I take the couple leaves that I had moved and I put them back. I put them back and I sink back down in the leaves here.
So this thump,
okay.
drag, it's kind of coming closer. He's just sort of trying to look
I'm
out
hiding.
and watch.
I've successfully rolled my stealth a couple times now.
Yep.
Just reminding you of that. So I'm just sitting here.
As
and
it's getting
kinda listen
closer,
to it
you
come
start
by.
to hear sort of a ragged breathing.
I check to make sure for a second. I think it's myself. You know, I might just listen to myself breathe here. But
And there's almost a wetness to the breath, as if it's struggling.
maybe that's the thing I shot. I don't know.
And as you're sort of holding your own breath and sort of watching this, almost maybe a foot in front of your face, you see this what looks like a human hand sort of
I'm giving myself.
slam down and drag, and you realize something is dragging itself by one hand. So you sort of start to see this arm pull itself in front of you.
All right, below 50, I wet myself. Above 50, I stick it together. I definitely wet myself. sit
So
there
you just
I
roll.
feel the warmth of piss running down the side of my leg. I'm laying here and I'm a little frightened.
Well, we're gonna count that as a sanity check, which you just failed.
Okay. Oh, that I failed. Okay. All right.
Oh, son of a bitch, buddy. So this arm, it goes down again, thump, and starts to pull itself. And
I recognize
above,
that in this situation, if I see the arm and it's pulling itself, I'm about to see the face. It's going to pull itself right into my view here.
it's above the elbow where
All
things
right.
start looking very strange, and
Okay.
it almost looks like there are bones just
Normal?
piercing every which way out of the skin of this
Okay.
upper
Aw.
arm.
All right.
And as your sanity starts to break,
All right.
you see the face. It's this sweating, just dripping with condensation and liquid and blood. But the same spines are pushing out of the side of this poor soul's head. Its eyes just look like they're screaming and in pain. In fact, its mouth is sort of opened and racked as if it is indeed screaming, but doesn't have the voice to do so.
I kind of put my own hand over my mouth.
And in that moment, no matter how hard you try, even though your hand is over your mouth and the last thing you want to do is to make a noise right now, all the cool you have felt since this began, JJ, leaves, and you find yourself screaming and backing up for your life,
So I quickly scurry back.
and also lose 6 from your
Okay.
sanity.
That's fine. That's not a big deal. It's okay. So I scurry back, and I kind of hobble up on my leg, and I turn, and I don't even look, and I just start running with my one good leg, and I'm moving as quick as I can towards that house.
Okay, so back out of the woods
I'm
towards
back
the
out of
house.
I recognize where the house was, and I'm just moving as quick as I can. This is all happening so fast, it's kind of in a flash. I don't fully understand what's going on. I don't even realize that a scream was escaping my mouth as it happened, because this is just, it's instinct kicking in at this point. I start reaching for my gun, and I forget that my gun's not even on me. I don't even have it anymore, and I'm just pulling, and I'm running with all my might. What do you need me to roll?
You, let's see here. Go ahead and roll your spot hidden for me.
Oh.
Okay.
Normal. I don't know what else to make this.
Even though that's a 79, my spot hidden's an 80, so I'm okay.
Dang.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, then you are running, you're freaking out, but all these thoughts are going through your head. Where's my gun? Where is everyone? What was that? But you collect yourself and you focus just in time to see him before you run into him. It is the sort of what I described as muscle fat guy
Muscle fat guy.
From,
I wrote that down.
Strong fat.
from Murray's.
Strong
Strong
fat.
fat.
Strong fat. The strong fat guy.
And there's
from
blonde hair and
Murray's.
there's regular fatty.
I run directly into his large midsection, and I wrap my arms around him, and I hug him, and I dig my face into his chest. I'm like, you gotta help me, man. There's somebody out there. They're coming after me. There's something out there in the weeds, you know? It's all...
Get off me, man! What?
You gotta save me, man. There's something out there.
There's something out. What the hell? There's something out there.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's
It's a person, and it's dead. It's missing his face.
Your
It's missing his
friends-
face. I grab his little chubby face, and I pull it to mine, and I'm like, look at me. Look at me. There's a man out there, and he's missing half of his fucking arm, and he's got things coming out of his neck and all this other kind of stuff, and it's a dead thing, and it's falling on the ground.
And sort of in that instance, he has.
I slap. Come on, focus.
You are as you slap him. He's got the same knife that the Jeremy guy had, and he sort of just holds it to
Oh,
your
no.
throat, and he's like, "You're coming with me, man. You're coming with me."
You know what? Good. I'd rather be with you than whatever the fuck's out there.
He's kind of like,
Take me.
yeah.
Take me.
And he sort of points, not into the house, but sort of back in the direction of Murray's.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. After you. Come on. Just go.
Okay, so he is walking you, and in just a sort of a moment, you're joined by the fat one and the blonde one.
The whole time he's walking me, I'm not even worried about him, the knife, anything. I'm just looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
I'm looking back there into the dark.
Okay, so the other guys sort of run up, just like, You got one of them? He's like,
Yeah, you got me. You got me. Take me wherever you're gonna take me. Let's go.
yeah, he ran right into my arms, man. And the blonde one just kind of laughs and he's like, you look like you saw something bad out there, man.
You know what it is?
You see something spooky in the woods? Yeah, he saw something spooky in the woods. And they all start laughing like that's the funniest
Yeah, maybe it was your
fucking thing
mother.
they've ever had. He pauses and he's like, might have been, man, hell. Come on. And they start to sort of walk you back to Murray's. Bernard, you are crashing through the woods. When you do hear this blood-curdling scream, that is definitely JJ.
Some sort of elk being killed. Oh, it's JJ. How far away do I hear it?
It's hard to tell out here on it.
It's
Well,
dark, yeah.
no,
Okay.
let me not GM power you.
No.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your natural or your survival.
Hell yeah, dog.
Roll your survival.
I believe also one of us, you got to roll a d6 because we did hit that first. Unfortunately.
Yes, we did.
I think
you
it should
guys.
probably
Yes, we did.
be Matt.
What am I, 1?
It's just gonna be
You're
Matt.
2, I think.
I'm oh, man.
His choice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sweet.
Cool.
2 is a number that doesn't get rolled too many times, so
2.
yeah. I'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm sure you will.
What does it make us do again?
It makes you
just go
temporarily
insane.
insane.
Temporarily,
Which
the
is
rest of the
great
episode.
inside of...
How was that roll?
I succeeded on the roll, but I guess I'm about to find out if I'm going insane as I'm surviving.
That's true.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm
you're
6?
6
Oh, no,
now. Now
no.
this is going to happen.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
Well, shit. You're inside the church,
I
right?
am inside the church.
Not like you're by the
Perfect time.
creepy little girl or
Perfect
anything.
time.
We'll get there.
So I succeeded my... I have literally survival forest.
I'm going to say they're...
That's a thing.
I get to choose a specific location.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
And I
you
figured
do.
since I was in...
In France during the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe...
Also, I knew where we were going.
Maybe 50, 100 yards
Okay.
away. I mean, this is a fucking scream, like end of his life.
And I'm your friend.
Fuck you. I'm alright. I'm gonna book it then.
Okay.
I'm like booking it. Or I mean, my rifle's still in my hand. I don't have that many shots left, but I'm like just running
Right.
in this direction.
Okay. As you are running, you sort of start to
He's
see the lights
insane
of.
person here. I gotta save him. He's
You
stupid.
sometimes, like through the tree breaks, you can kind of see that big house
Yeah.
again. And as you are running,
If I'm getting to the perimeter, the edge of the forest, I'm gonna start to slow down a little bit.
okay,
not
as
gonna
you
just
are
book
getting
out.
there, roll your spot hidden for me.
Okay. Yeah. We have rerolls, yeah.
Yeah, you got some rainbows.
Yes, we do.
Cool, great. I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay.
Use that.
We have multiple,
more
right?
rerolls?
Yeah. multiple
We have 8
rerolls.
more.
Cool, great. I'm gonna use that
8
again.
more,
Okay.
dang.
Are you matting?
My life is on the
Oh,
line.
there
Cool,
you
great.
go.
Matt,
There you go.
I'm gonna reroll again. I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw these dice away.
Okay.
Enjoy your maddening time. It's good. Yes, embrace it.
Great, great.
Let's go crazy.
Son of a bitch. I'll use one more.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
Okay.
you rolled an 8, not 2 zeros.
There
you go.
19.
You did it good.
I'm the
This is good.
master of
Was
this.
that all of them?
Okay. No, we have 4 more.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Matt's
my life's on the
You
line.
guys are gonna need more.
Yeah.
So you sort of stop. You take a minute.
Yeah.
You're sort of assessing everything that's going on, and you see in the distance, past the house, you see a group sort of escorting a man with a limp off in the distance, sort of in the field. And you're focusing on that, but there is a moment where maybe it's training, it's instinct, something brushes against the back of your shoulder,
Clever
and you
girl.
you turn, and just this thing with spines and sharp bone sort of poking, piercing out of its face like a very organic Hellraiser, is just there, and it and just snatches for you. We're gonna cut back to the church.
Oh, dang.
Can I at least have said my line though?
Man.
Yes.
Cool. I want that officially.
Yeah, you definitely said clever girl.
Without knowing you were being hunted. Right?
Okay. We are. Well, we're going to start outside the church.
Okay.
Back with Apollonia, because a little bit of time now has passed. There
Burner
is. Well, you know what? Actually, the most sensible way to sort of do this is the active part first. We're going to go into the church. One moment. I apologize. And this reverend has approached the two of you. Well, howdy, strangers.
Greetings, Father.
Oh, fuck. Reverend is fine.
Reverend.
Thank you. No father. No popes here. Just us and the elder.
The who?
Oh. The elder, darling. The only god we know.
I've never heard him referred that way.
Yeah, is that just some, like, term that you use out here? You see, we're not from around
We're
here.
from the city.
No, you're not. You are not from here. I'm going to adjust the appropriate accent, because I forgot what he sounded like.
Listen, we actually was just following, that little girl that did the reading there, because you see...
Oh, Alice? Oh, she's wonderful. She is a lot. She is absolutely a lot.
We think that she might have found something that belongs to my friend here, and maybe took it with her here into the church.
Well, now, she wasn't thieving from y'all, was she?
Oh, no.
I lost it, and I'm assuming that she found it, and I looked to reclaim it.
What was it exactly?
It was a flying flight disc. You see,
it was like a
You're going to have to educate
like
me
a
a little bit.
like a
I don't know
plate,
what that
sort
means.
it
of.
was
but
like a plate made of plastic, and you can toss it amongst your friends super far, very, very far.
So
And
a toy.
it is a toy. I'm an inventor.
Well, let's go chat with her. She may have it. Please be my guest. And he sort of gestures
Thank you, Reverend.
forward to the front of the church.
Hello, are you Alice?
So you guys sort of walk through, and you sort of walk up to this little girl, and she just sort of nods and is like, "Hi."
I liked your reading, Alice.
yeah, that was certainly something.
Thank you.
What was all that stuff you was reading? It wasn't in any sort of... Well, there was just a lot of words that I ain't never heard before.
I just a reading. I do at church.
Oh, I just ain't never heard anything like that in church before. Not that I'm much of a church-going type.
It's a story about the elder.
Oh, the elder. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the elder? See, I call him something else, and I'm just curious to see what he means.
That's an
to
awful
you.
lot of theological questions for a small girl, my friend.
True. I was just testing her. She passed.
Alice, our friend here. I apologize. I did not ask either of your name. I apologize.
No, I apologize. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Gordy Fitzgerald.
Reverend Michael.
Florence Abernathy.
Florence, it's a pleasure to meet you. Alice, Mr. Fitzgerald here says that you might have something that belongs to
yes.
him.
Did you happen to find a fun disc that would bring you a bunch of joy? And you threw it, and it had a little bit of flight to it?
No, I wouldn't steal.
No. Did you find
Now
one?
they know you wouldn't steal,
Yeah, we know,
Alice. He
yeah.
just wants to know if you found something.
Yeah.
You can be honest. We're all friends here. She just kind of like shakes her head and sort of clams up a little bit. I didn't, Reverend, believe me, I didn't find anything.
Must have been
Well,
Your imagination.
just the darkness playing tricks on me then.
Yeah. See,
it is dark out there.
He lost it.
It happens.
in the river, and well, I think
Lost
that
it in the river.
Yeah.
we've had quite the
It
journey.
It's been
It does sound like y'all have had a very long night. No river around here, just Taylorsville Lake.
Reverend. What do you make of the people in town?
What do I make of the? Well, I mean,
He asked the guy that just said he believes in elder gods.
We don't know what those are.
To me, it's just like
Two dum-dums in the church.
exactly. And to me, it's like, oh, they just talking about gods, you know?
Right, it's just another name.
This must be
What do I? How do I feel about the?
yeah. What yeah.
Well, I mean, they're my people, I suppose.
Well, you see, earlier tonight, we was at like a gathering of sorts at the Fisher house. You know about that?
I do know.
What do you make of it?
Well, you know, the Fisher House is important to the town. It's stood for quite a few years. It survived war.
But there ain't no one
Survived.
living there now.
I like to think that the soul of the town lives there.
Okay. I'm not sure I quite catch your meaning.
I think I catch your drift.
I apologize. I suppose my calling is to speak colorfully, and sometimes I get ahead of myself, so I apologize. It just it has a lot of meaning to this town, you know, just as much as maybe these four walls, these humble four walls, have meaning to me. But you know, I apologize. I have stretched, sort of shaking hands in the congregation as much as I can. We've got to continue with the service. I apologize.
Oh,
Well, that's quite all
that's
right.
all right.
We're just gonna leave.
Yeah, we'll just be on our way. Thanks so much.
You're very welcoming.
We are very welcoming here, aren't we? And as you turn the dozen or so parishioners, no one's talking anymore, no one's talking to each other, they are all just stopped and staring at the two of you. Apollonia, outside,
Oh God.
you sort of see this happen. These folks are sort of all starting to stand and stand in front of, between sort of them and the entrance.
Okay. Is there... So from my vantage point, what do I see? And can anybody see me?
No one's really noticed you yet.
Okay.
You know, the sort of opaqueness of the stained glass works both ways. You're sort of straining to see, but also no one, unless they're really looking up the stained glass, is going to notice you either.
Do I see them surrounded? These two? Do I see these two surrounded?
You definitely see that, like, they're not necessarily surrounded, but you definitely see that whatever service is going on has stopped, and all eyes are on them. Everyone is standing, everyone is staring directly at them.
And they haven't made any motion to exit, have they?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you... No, you can't see me either. God damn it. Oh, fuck. What do I do?
Don't run through a forest.
Just
No, yeah.
gonna be on our way now.
We're just gonna leave.
Sorry to have
Enjoy
interrupted
your
you all.
service.
It's a lovely
Ciao.
church you've
Ciao.
got here.
I appreciate y'all visiting.
As they're saying that, I'm creeping. Like, I'm like hugging the side of the building towards the
Okay.
front of the church.
That's fine. There's a sort of no way for anyone to see you, so I'm not going to have you
Cool.
roll stealth. Now, what was it you were asking about? A coffee hour?
It's awful late. I think that we better be getting on our way, finding some place to stay for the night, you know?
Yeah.
No. We can't just let y'all stay out somewhere in the dark. You're strangers, and like you said, we are very hospitable.
Oh, I understand, but you see, I was a Boy Scout, so I
Are
do
you?
Yeah,
well
he's
in
real
nature.
good at
yeah.
camping.
I'm
And as
real
you
good
guys
at
are sort of
camping.
talking, he's gesturing people. This group is starting to sort of move in.
We're good.
Okay.
We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, we can find our own way. I mean, like Gordy was saying, he's a Boy Scout, so...
Yeah. Can you move, please?
We're just trying to...
I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
What's your dexterity?
Oh,
My
no!
dexterity is 75.
Okay.
My dexterity is 40. Jesus.
Okay, so 80, 40. Okay. Will you also roll, please, your psychology?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm great at psychology, as previously established.
Me too, or
How many rerolls? do
Yeah,
we
exactly. How many rerolls do we
We
have?
have 4 left.
4, okay.
both of us? You want both of us to do it, or
No.
okay?
have? Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
right,
just
too.
rolled 2 percentile. Hold on, never mind. Let's try that again. Okay. Ooh, 13. Unfortunately, my psychology is a 10.
Ooh.
That was good. Though.
Dang.
That was pretty good.
Do you want to reroll?
No, because I think I'll just fail worse, like, statistically speaking. So
Okay.
I just, like, it's a slight failure.
In any other case, that would have been pretty good.
Oh,
So
no.
there is just a moment where we'll call him parishioner number 1, who's a sort of slightly larger man with just like this shock of red hair and a red beard. Kind of lunges for you. You are sort of first in our order of actions, but you did fail that psychology, so the way we're going to do this is whatever you're going to do, you're going to roll at a disadvantage.
Okay. So he said that he, like, lunged at me?
Yes.
So what I would like to do is just try and get out of the way.
Okay.
I think let's see. Yeah, I'll just attempt to dodge, I guess, as he's lunging at me. That's what I would do, yeah?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to roll twice and take the lower.
I got it already. Oh,
Okay.
I already succeeded, so I got a 17, and my dodge, even at a heart, is a 30, so.
Okay, so this guy dives for Florence, and she sort of almost instinctually takes this step back, and he actually trips. There's that small step sort of up to the pulpit area, and he trips a little bit. So instead of maybe just picking you up in a bear hug like he was trying to, he does wrap his arms sort of around your knees. So you do sort of fall
Okay.
backwards, but now he's sort of on the ground with you,
Okay.
sort of wrestling around with you on the ground. The preacher, the reverend, not the father, he is not a priest, is going to turn and sort of takes the leather book
Oh, no.
he was holding and just
What
kind of
the
tries to
fuck?
hit you in the face with it.
Cool.
Gordy. So will you please roll your dodge?
Shit, it's not very good. Nope.
Okay,
That's a
so
66.
that's fine, because this guy obviously not built for fighting necessarily, just really kind of just swings wide. Honest, there's a good little amount of distance, sort of between the two of you, but it is now your turn.
Damn, that was the only book, right?
No, there's, like, hymnals and stuff,
Yeah, if
right?
you
They
want-
were singing.
Like,
If you
that
want
was
to
like-
sort of take a second to look around, or what do you want to do?
Oh man, I have no like. I want to look if like are there candles aflame and anything like flammable.
No, it's a very like plain. Again, you're sort of thinking more like cathedral. This is like just a straight up.
It's a room with pews.
Yeah, a room with a pew.
Oh my god, really? Gross.
Pew pew pew.
I got like something bit me. That's why I just got like, hit.
I thought you just hated
Like, in
churches.
real
Yeah, I was like, wow, we just learned a thing about
I'm
that.
going to. Dang. I guess I want to. Can I like take as he like goes to swing? I want to try and grab use his momentum and push him into the people behind me.
Yeah, say that again.
As he comes to swing, am I able to respond and use the momentum of him to push him into like the people behind me?
Yes. Will you please roll? One moment.
Dang it,
Oh,
man.
wait, no way!
Why are you doing this?
Did I
to
do
us?
that?
You just summoned
sick.
that.
That was probably a good one though. It's probably like here's some
Nope.
die.
Go ahead and roll your fighting brawl.
Yeah, I had no idea that was coming. That's crazy. Fighting
Damn
brawl.
it.
Here we go.
Clip it.
Oh, I'm gonna use a reroll.
How
many
many
do we have
rerolls
left?
do we have?
One more.
Okay, you have 2 more.
Great.
Just use them all, Matt.
One more.
Just let him smack you in the face.
You have one more
once, it's
reroll.
7. Wait. Shit, 97. Never mind.
fine. Use it. Just use it. Just use
Use
it.
that last
Okay, you
one.
have one more.
All right, hey, hold on.
Well,
Matt, look
What's
at
that?
me. Look at me. You got this. This is it. All those other rolls, they were just for show.
Hey, Gordy, Gordy, look at me. Gordy, Gordy, look at
I'm gonna
me.
keep looking at you.
Gordy, Gordy. Eye
got
contact.
this.
Eye
You got
contact,
this.
Gordy.
You got this.
No, it's a 95. I looked at him. Damn it.
Okay, so you swing.
Well, I burned all those for nothing.
You miss.
Guys, we could use some more rerolls if we're out there.
Oh, but the stuff they sent is so much better.
Apollonia, you just hear, as you're sort of coming around the corner, you just hear this
Gordy!
commotion pick up. You hear Florence yelling. There's people moving, but you hear crashing, falling.
Leave us alone, you cretins.
get your hands off of me.
I'm
gotta
at the
get
front
outta
doors
here.
already.
Yes.
I fling the doors wide open.
Okay. Okay. There's kind of a lot going on. No one really kind of like looks back. So you sort of have that element of surprise. You look ahead. You see.
Do
Gordy,
either one of them see me?
No, not yet. You see Gordy sort of helplessly flailing against this preacher, and you see Florence on the ground. This big man with red hair is sort of like holding her down and sort of wrestling to try to gain control of her.
And how many other people are there?
10.
Oh, fuck.
Now these folks,
Yeah.
you know, they aren't they don't all necessarily look like elite redneck toughs. You know, these are just folks.
These are people, these are church-going folk.
These are just folks.
Then I call out, Miss Abernathy. Between the legs. Grab. Squeeze.
Listen, honey. I take your advice, only remember, I'm a dancer. And I want to, like, knee him really hard in the balls.
Okay.
I feel like I'm at the right angle to do that.
Yeah. Let's do it. Go ahead and roll your fighting brawl.
Cool.
Great. That is a success.
Yes, it is. Okay. So we have that great sort of back and forth. You kick this guy. He had
Square in the crotch.
you know, he was sort of he had started to stand up and sort of, he wasn't on his feet, but he was just kind of trying to get leverage and move up, and he was sort of almost on top of you when you sort of kick him in the crotch, and he immediately just sort of yelps and rolls over to the side. You have an opening
I'm
here.
gonna scramble to my feet and run over to try to grab Gordy to bring him, like, with me to exit the church.
Okay, you sort of snag Gordy's hand, and in this moment, everyone's sort of looking back at Apollonia. There's this brief moment of confusion. You guys are pushed through this congregation, and suddenly you are door side with Apollonia.
Yes, two of them are with me?
The two of them, yes.
I slam the door shut.
I'm like, they're crazy.
Okay,
And
so
then
Let's go.
just grab the two of them and I book it.
With the door shut, is there like something I can, like if there's
Oh, like
a door handle, can I put
crowbar
like
kind
a
of thing?
yeah? Is there like a piece
Trap
of
them
wood
in
or
the
something
church?
to like lock them in?
roll your spot hidden for me.
Oh, is that a 3 or 8? That's an 8. Never mind. Yeah, that's nothing. I didn't see anything.
Okay, so you don't see, you look around real quick, you sort of take that second, you don't really see anything.
All right, we don't have time for this. We gotta make a run for it.
I'm already going.
They are part of it. They said to, I start running. I'm like, come on.
Now, was it worth it, really?
We got some answers.
Yeah, they kept saying something about the elder. Is that just like some other term for God?
Who was the oldest person there, the Reverend?
Well, I didn't really get a good look at everybody on account of the fact that the closest look I got at most of them was when they was trying to keep us trapped in there.
They say the heart and the soul of the town is back at the manor.
Yeah, they said something about the Fisher house having the spirit of the town or something.
Okay. So as you
Yeah,
guys
we're
are
running.
As you guys are
Could
sort
be
of
the
talking
most
and moving,
Inconvenient time.
everything that is sort of going on. Oh wow! I just went to, I don't know what this page is, but I just lost where I'm supposed to be. Great. There we go. I'm back. Everything that's sort of been hitting you guys sort of catches up in this moment with you, Florence. And you have just, as you are running, you have had all you can have, and you just come to this halt. You collapse. Actually, let me... Okay. You sort of collapse on the ground, and you're angry. Suddenly, you start to just, tears are streaming down your face. You're not going to go any further. You just, your will just sort of gives up. The constitution, the things that kind of make you have just sort of stopped producing whatever it is that make Florence, and you just fall to the ground.
I don't think I can do this.
Come on,
Has she
Florence, come on,
stopped?
Florence.
No.
Okay.
She has stopped.
Okay, then I run to her.
Me too.
I get down to her level.
Okay.
Now that you've pushed forward that first insanity for the rest of the game, I feel obliged and obligated to tell you that we have hit our second.
Oh no!
Thank you. Actually, I
Right.
lost everything because I accidentally hit forward,
you.
so I've got no info.
Okay,
Um,
Matt can fix that for you, but we have hit our
second goal.
So
Okay.
someone else also has to.
So if it hits Florence again, that'll be a reroll. Okay, buddy.
Fix the computer first, Matt.
What's
Fix the
happening?
computer first, and then we'll...
that delayed reaction.
It just.
Why am I being looked at? What's happening?
What did I do?
Did we win?
I'm
Did we
so
win?
innocent and pure. I don't know what's
I
happening.
was fixing
right now.
something this time, not breaking it.
Well, that's none
None of this makes any sense to me. All that I wanted to do was try and come out here and
You
do
wanted to
some
find
good.
it, didn't you?
I did, but just so I could prove to him that he didn't have to get rid of me just because he's involved in some mob stuff. I could be a gangster girlfriend. I really could, but I don't think I can.
In the distance, as you're yelling,
I just can't do it.
you hear in the distance,
I should have never left New York.
"What the hell are you even doing out here, Florence?"
Oh,
What?
no.
Bobby?
And you hear him again. "Who the hell are any of these people?
Bobby, is that you?
You stupid, stupid woman! What the hell were you even doing out here?"
Bobby, you don't gotta be so mean to me.
Is she the only one who can hear that, or can we hear it too?
She hears it. Or at least you don't
Okay.
know what necessarily what she's talking about.
Where are you? I don't see you.
Keep walking. Just keep walking.
I
Wait,
walk
wait,
in the
Florence,
direction
Florence,
All of
the
you,
voice.
keep walking.
Wait, what do you see?
Keep walking! I'm just walking towards the direction
You
of the
guys are
voice that I'm
following
hearing.
Florence. So you guys sort of walk for a moment, and you find yourselves on a man-made trail through the woods. Florence, the trail is sort of turning this way and that until you're following Bobby's voice until finally just over the path stops. There's a creek ahead. And on the other side of the creek, you see Bobby. He is with a group of 5 people who look to be chained together.
Oh no.
Oh.
There's like a creek in between us,
Yes.
but it doesn't seem like it's like deep or anything.
No. It's literally like I
Depends on
stepped
which-
across this.
Awesome. I'm
Which
just
way
gonna
they go in.
I'm gonna run across the creek.
Florence. Who is that?
Bobby!
Can we all see that now?
That's gotta be him.
So as you are
I don't know.
running, you see Bobby. He's you're gonna pay for how stupid this was. Do you understand that?
I don't
This was
care,
stupid.
Bobby.
You're gonna pay.
I know it was stupid. I don't
The
care.
figure closest to him says, "I don't care, Bobby. I know how stupid it was, but I don't care."
That's what I just said.
The second
Oh no.
figure tied up next to her
Oh no.
sighs and says, "Oh, crumbs." And as you sort of stop, sort of like at the creek, you see that Bobby is sort of escorting the 5 of you chained down this path.
But,
we are going...
Like us or like mirror
What, that's
Doppelganger
that's
us.
doppelganger us? Like
the movie
us. Like
Yeah,
scissors.
Yes.
which
Oh god.
Florence, I'm going to... Let's see, how are we going to do this? Okay, well, God, you're gone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I want to do this?
Oof.
You look at... Okay, here's how we'll do this.
Okay.
You sort of look at yourself. She looks back to you. That is when your new phobia of doubles, copies, and twins kicks in.
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
I
what?
swear you guys are planning all of this.
Doubles, copies, and twins. Tight.
And you...
Normal.
Now here's the thing.
This panic and this
That's
fear...
so many things,
This
though.
panic and this fear...
God.
You just don't like
must have paid
you
for
don't like
3
identical
phobias.
reproductions.
Now is this just like
Phobia of doubles.
of doubles? Okay,
Okay.
not like
Okay.
of organic things and not like
We're gonna say
cufflinks
we're
or
gonna,
shoes.
Yeah.
we're going to say twins.
Look, I
Okay.
can completely understand this phobia. It's fucking creepy.
It is.
It's very
It's
creepy.
creepy.
It is
It is
creepy
creepy.
phobia.
What the?
You suddenly you just see red, and that's sort of how, since you're gone anyway, this is where the madness is going to take
Great.
you. Just rage and
Cool.
anger, and all you want to do is just pound this thing's face into the ground for taking time away from
Yeah.
you and Bobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to strangle
Yep.
it.
You?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're gonna charge.
I'm going to charge and I'm going to strangle myself.
Okay, you two watch Florence just
really wanna see-
screaming, just dive into the dirt.
No,
so we
it's
can't.
not
So we
natural,
can't
it's
see
not
the things
normal.
that she's seeing.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Got it.
Not at all. So she is rolling around in the dirt.
Cool. And we can't hear any of the
Literally-
things she's been hearing. This is just
No.
Florence going nuts. So,
No,
okay.
you just see
See
and
this.
hear Florence's side of this. And as you guys figure out what that's all about, we are going to cut back to Bert,
Oh my god.
or sorry, Bernard.
Oh god, I forgot you were about
God, it was a clever girl moment. Yeah.
Please
We
turn in
left
your
off
character
there.
sheet.
We left off there.
Bernard, your eyes open with a start. You immediately, your hand goes to your face, and you feel a sort of a burn and a sting. Your hand comes away. There is blood on your hands. You realize you are lying flat on your back, looking up at the black sky.
I'm not going to make sudden movements. I'm just going to... I already can tell that I moved my arms, so I'm just going to wiggle my big toe and see how much pain I feel.
Okay, you don't feel any pain.
All right. And on the other leg, too?
Yeah, you don't feel. You feel maybe like a little sore, but not like in any kind of intense. This is a problem pain.
All right, I kind of sit up and I look around. Am I still in the forest?
No, you are in the field between the Fisher house and Murray's.
The fuck? All right, I'm gonna get up. Where are my things? I instantly looking for all my gear and shit.
You don't see it. As you look around a moment, you do see people sort of gathered around Murray's. the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
No one really seems to notice you, but that is sort of all you see immediately around you.
I'm gonna go to the Fisher house. I'm just going to like one of the windows to see if I can see what's up with my face.
Okay, you sort of you sort of glance in the reflection. Your face it's pretty clawed up. It definitely looks like something was just clawed into your face. You know, nothing that's going to require stitches or anything necessarily. You don't have like an eye falling out, but it's something you're not going to go unscarred from this one probably.
That's the only thing that was unscarred on my face, and now my face. Okay, great. All right, cool. Makes sense. Fuck. Wait, JJ. Fuck. We didn't go in the house, and at this point, screw it. I'm gonna go inside the Fisher house real quick.
Okay.
Slowly going to the door. Trying to like.
Cool. You open the door and just sort of the first smell that hits you is just pure like alcohol, just rubbing alcohol. This place smells like a frat that never cleans up after itself.
Well, unfortunately, I have a phobia of alcohol.
Oh God!
So.
Yes, you do. Roll against your sanity.
JJ, if you're in there, sorry.
Go and roll against your sanity for me. Forgot about that.
I got a 13, so I'm
good.
fine.
Okay, you're good.
So I still
You
lose
sort
a
of you
point.
feel a little nauseous maybe, but you sort of choke that back. There's definitely no way you're going into that house.
Really hope you weren't in there.
Me too.
Now, the last time you saw JJ, he was being walked past the house,
Okay.
like back towards the town
Okay.
area, across the field into the town, and you see people at the diner.
I'm going to. It's dark. It's darker than it should be, but I'm going to use this as best I can, and I'm going to slowly start sneaking my way to where all these people are at.
Okay.
I know that's not like a big town, so it's like
Yeah.
trash cans or anything I can use.
Go ahead and roll your stealth for me.
Sure.
You do have a couple of rerolls.
Cool, because... motherfucker. Yeah, can I use one?
Yes.
It's
Oh.
lower than a 6?
Never mind. I was reading that
You're good?
dyslexically backwards. Oh, no, I crushed this.
Okay, great.
I did not
So
use
you
that.
you are suddenly sort of like in your zone.
Yeah.
Sneaking across no man's land is what you do.
Yes.
You are using. Remember, there's a few houses
Mm-hmm.
sort of in this area. You're using those as cover. You're using single trees as like it's impressive.
Yep.
As you are making your way back to Murray's, you see in the window, you see JJ seated at a booth. JJ, you've been walked by the boys back into Murray's. They've been joined by a couple of other kind of tough-looking.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to them. I've just
Tough-looking
been looking out
guys.
the window the entire time.
Okay, you've just been looking out the window, kind of freaking out. They're all kind of standing around with you too. They don't really seem to know what to do with you. The last thing you were told, the strong fat guy who is sitting in the booth, at your booth, across the table, has just said, "We're just gonna wait,
Wait all we want.
and we're gonna see."
Wait till the sun comes up, right?
the sun comes up.
Yeah.
No, when something goes on, Mrs. Toon knows about it immediately. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna see what she wants to do with you.
Miss too. Okay. But we stay in here, right? Right.
Yeah, we're
right
staying here.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, saw something in the woods. That blonde guy still thinks you being scared is the funniest thing in the world. It's quiet. It's tense. You get the feeling that these guys are doing everything they can to not just kill you. You are a part of the group that killed their ringleader.
Okay, well, if I'm seeing this, I'm going to sneak around the back. Because I know there's the kitchen in the back.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm staring out the window, can I roll to see if I see him making his way in?
Roll your spot hidden. We will go and roll this with an advantage because you're trying to see
I don't
him.
need to. I rolled a 2.
He did. He rolled a 2.
Yeah, off in the distance, you definitely see JJ, or I'm sorry,
Bernard.
you see Bernard
Stare.
sneaking around.
Okay. I start to buy some time then. Hey, yeah, you're right there, Blondie. I'm real scared. I don't know how you guys tough out this situation. I mean, does it not freak you out what's out there? Does it not give you the weebie-jeeblies, anything like that?
Well, I ain't out there trying to poke at it, am I?
So you've seen it. You know what you comfortable with it?
Have I seen it? He wants to know if I've seen it. And they all sort of have a good laugh at that one as well.
So yeah, I mean,
Hey John? And the muscle fat guy's just kind of like, yeah. He's like, how's your comfort level? And he just sort of like looking at you is like, I'm pretty comfortable.
Really?
How's your comfort level? And the fat guy at the door is just like, uncomfortable.
all you in here, you're pretty used to this kind of thing, huh? Devils and demons and stuff.
And
Like it's just like another day for y'all. Like another day, just something you live with, something that.
So you are, as this is going on, Bernard, where are you?
I've snuck my way to the back of this restaurant.
Okay.
I've covered my face in whatever kind of. I know I have like open wounds. Actually, this is probably a bad idea. So never mind. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just going to the back of the restaurant.
Okay.
Trying to see if there's a back entrance.
There is a back entrance, the kitchen door.
I'm going to slowly turn the knob.
Okay.
Can I just peek in?
I'm not. You're still rolling high on that really good stealth roll. So the door opens, no problem. You are in the kitchen.
Do I quickly see anything in there? Because I didn't actually go in here before.
Yeah, it's a small kitchen, and you see pretty closely ahead of you. There's the diner window into the room.
There's a diner window into the room. I was looking for him. I knew that he was coming around.
Yeah,
that
you
way.
saw him go
I was
around.
aware of that. I rolled a 2. Just
Yeah.
going to remind you one more time.
Yeah,
I rolled
yeah,
a 2. So I now, since I'm in the middle of this room and in this booth, I know I got a pretty good idea who all's in this room.
Yeah, I mean,
How many?
you see that door sort of. Oh, how many guys
many
are
are
in
in
the
here?
room? There's 6 in the room.
6. So I'm just kind of, as I'm talking to them, I'm kind of holding my hands up, and I'm like, I don't know how you all can deal with this. I'm losing my mind over here, and I'm trying to like kind of point with my hands as I'm gesticulating here. With I got 6 fingers I'm holding up, but I'm kind of pointing out every single spot they are in the room.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very good.
I'm
Very smooth.
If I see this and there's none in the kitchen, I'm moving towards some sort of oven or fryer or any sort of thing where I can start a flame.
Another question for you.
Okay.
This guy that's sitting across the table from me, has he got a gun?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just straight up he has like a rifle.
I'ma claim this
Just a
one.
nice
I'm gonna preemptively tell you.
shooting deer kind of rifle.
I'm gonna preemptively tell you here. I'm pretty much aware that a distraction's coming. When that distraction happens, the very first thing I'm going to do, now I'm not going to go back on this because I'm pre-thinking this. When a distraction happens, GM, sir.
Oh, I thought you were talking to
No,
John.
no, GM, sir. This is for you.
Okay.
When that distraction happens, I know it's coming. Just assume, no matter what that distraction is, I'm going for that gun.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just biding my time right now.
So, based on the roll I just rolled, no one has noticed you waving 6s in the air. No one.
I'm losing my mind over here.
I'm looking for any sort of bladed or bludgeoning weapon,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try and light this fucker up.
So.
I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
So I'm not gonna make you roll like any spot hiddens. You're in a diner kitchen.
Yep.
So really take your pick at this point. It's probably there.
Cool. These guys are really into. Would one of the weird knives be in this room?
Oh, like the ceremonial knives?
Oh no.
It's just like kitchen stuff.
Yeah, kitchen stuff. But I mean that includes lots of different knives and pans, pots.
Yeah, cool. I'm going for like a knife, got like a butcher's, like a big butcher's knife.
Okay, yeah, you find yourself a good solid. This is for
cleaver.
cutting
Cleaver,
chickens in
yeah.
half. Kind of butcher's knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if I just go see some oily rags.
Okay. So what are you trying to do here? Let's say you've MacGyvered together what you need.
I have a knife.
Okay.
I have my lighter,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start lighting these rags.
Roll your survival.
Cool.
All right, I believe in you, Bernard. You can do this. I'm waiting for that distraction.
Survival, you say? Very good. Do we have rerolls?
We have 3.
Thank goodness.
Dear God, leave one for me.
It's the same number. I'm using it again.
You have 1 more reroll.
Oh no.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, you did it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did it.
Shit.
I'm proud of
Okay.
you.
Describe what happens.
I wait as I'm hearing the talking out there. And when I feel like JJ has kind of amassed the most attention on him, he's a fast talker, I light the rag, but I kind of like, I put one, so I kind of give myself some time, so I'm like taking it and like kind of stretching out one rag to lead to the other ones, and kind of like oil, and then I'm kind of GTFO out the back to go back to the front.
Oh, at
But
the
I light
back. Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
so
It's not really a distraction, but
It's gonna catch on fire.
He's blowing up the kitchen.
smoke starts to fill the kitchen pretty quickly, and it starts to move into the dining room, and a panic just immediately starts in the room. They Holy shit!
yo, I better go check that out. I smack on the table
Okay,
as hard as I can on the right side, closest to me.
okay,
I figure this table's loose. I've been feeling it out, and I'm basically gonna
all right.
fling the gun up into the air, smacking down, fling it up. I'm gonna catch it, and I'm just gonna back in my chair, blow this motherfucker's head off.
Wow, that was very
As
Herg.
I'm-
That was very Herg of you. Let's-
I'm running around the opposite way to go to the front, and I'm just gonna bust in the door as well while this is happening.
Okay, I am. I'm gonna have you roll against your dexterity.
My dexterity? My dexterity. I'm a cripple.
What's your? Oh, and ha. Let's roll your sleight of hand.
You sure you don't want that dexterity?
Oh wow, you're the shittiest PI.
Look, I'm really good at stealth, and I'm really good at spot hidden. I based my character sheet on everything you asked me to roll the last time we played.
Go ahead and roll your dexterity.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Come on, dice. You were really good to me last week. And just a little bit ago when I rolled you. Come on, come on, come on. You're so close. I'm going to roll again.
Okay. Do we have a reroll?
Yeah, we do. I saw him come in.
How many do we have?
2 more after this. Thank you guys very much for
Come
that.
on, you got this.
I'm going to roll again.
Yep,
Wait.
yep, yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll again.
One more
One more reroll after this.
after this.
That was the same number. I'm gonna roll the last one. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
That's the same number.
What is the number?
It's a 74.
74.
My dexterity is 40.
Oh.
Look, you can't win them all. Okay.
So
Slam
That
the
was a great
table.
attempt.
Shit.
So you hit the table sort of next to the rifle, which doesn't do anything. But the building is on fire, and so Strong Fat is
better do
standing. He is momentarily completely forgotten the gun, so no one has even noticed the fact that you just tried to go, ha!
Probably that.
At this point, all of these guys are just acting on. They're not the brightest, so no one is really paying attention to you. They're all trying to like gather water and whatever it is they can to sort of like.
it's a grease fire,
There it
so
is.
they're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Establish that.
The blonde guy, the
did.
blonde guy goes back there first. He has a coffee pot full of water, and he just goes, ha! And you just see the flames blow up on this guy, and he
Backdraft style.
yeah, full backdraft, and he just hit. Get worse.
Oh
and
shit! I hope that wasn't JJ.
JJ, what are you doing?
I'm moving to the.
Fighter, you know, I've been in quite a few bouts in my time. So
I could have gone somewhere else, and I'm glad it did not. Trying to keep a serious show here, everybody.
Stroke those fat feathers. The most serious D&D show on the internet.
Where we stroke feathers. Stroke, feathers. That's what we do all day. Stroke feathers.
How is this not enough for you? How are you okay?
Sometimes I put feathers in my ass.
Wow, Mr. Piano Band.
What? You've been around, haven't you?
Around with some feathers.
Mr. Piano Pants. You were so cool until that.
I need this though.
Well, we can't deny a
Hashtag
man what he
message in the
needs.
immortal words of noted author Bon Scott. And my balls are always bouncing, my ballroom always full, and everybody comes and comes again. If your name is on the guest list, no one can take you higher. Everybody says I've got great balls of fire. Hashtag message super, power, bouncy, cricket, volley, beach, crystal, bass, foot, bowling, billiard, tennis, golf, ping pong, rugby, squash, lacrosse. Balls, balls, balls.
Somebody broke.
I mean, you're...
I'm glad at the beginning. I was like, this is pretty clever, and then I still got the payoff at the end of the boss.
Someone.
All right. I'm gonna look to see if I can take about a pound of it.
I will say that's a pound.
I could carry the sugar poison because everyone else is.
And I just won the game.
Again.
And that's it. Good night, guys.
I rolled a 1.
Everyone
You missed it. I rolled a 1. It was
Okay,
crazy.
sorry about that, you guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, Lucas, for taking care of it. Okay, so JJ has just grabbed the rifle. He's running out the front door where you find Bernard. And it's in this moment, Bernard, there's sort of a, right before you see JJ sort of come out, there's something about doing what you were trained to do in a lot of ways that sort of brings back this positive memory that sort of reinforces some sanity.
Oh!
What's that moment?
It's gonna sound fucked up, but it's like
You're not
I
an
smell-
unfucked up person.
as I smell like kind of the burnt, crisping flesh of whoever that guy was, and I can hear kind of the chaos in there. This is my element. Like, this is where I feel. This is why it's been so difficult coming back. It's a heightened sense of things. It's a feeling of being alive, knowing that someone else isn't anymore.
Oof.
Makes me feel good.
Oof.
Roll 1d4 plus 1.
That is kind of
That's
fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But whatever gets
take
the
2
job
back.
done.
Okay,
Ding, ding,
so JJ, you run out to Bernard.
Hey, good work, Bernard. Hey. You did good. You did good, war hero. All right. Look, I saw something out in the woods.
No, we gotta go back to
What
the
the
woods.
fuck
We
happened
gotta
to
go
your
back
face?
to the. Don't worry about it. And I'm like pulling.
No, I am worried about it. We're not going back into the woods. I got the rifle. Let's take out these.
We gotta go to everyone else.
But there's the woods.
Yeah, I know. It's through the woods. It's fucked up. I know. Come on.
But your face.
It's matches the rest of my. Never mind. And I pulling him away from the burning
Alright.
building.
I let him pull me
Great.
in the woods. I don't want to do it.
And as he's dragging you into the woods, will you roll a check against your sanity?
Oh boy.
No.
JJ has a phobia of guys with scars on their face.
So he's scared of every enemy.
Yeah,
villain.
I failed my sanity check, boss. failed Sandy check there.
Okay. How do I want to do this?
And to be clear, I rolled a 93.
Okay, so you lose 4.
Oh, okay.
And as you guys are running into the woods, you just start playing in your head some of those last words you remember your mother saying to you.
Okay.
And those are just flashing into your memory as you run back into the woods. We're going to cut back.
I keep seeing in my head this like image of when she falls over and over again. I feel like I'm falling. So.
You are tumbling directly into a darkness that you do not want to be in.
Great.
Speaking of tumbling in darkness, Florence is screaming and trying to fight with nothing.
Why
Thought
do you
you could
have my
escape in that.
face? It's not normal to have somebody else's face. I'm still trying to strangle my doppelganger.
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, I'm doing
You're-
it.
What are you doing?
So the
I'm
rest of
insane,
the
right?
party has
Right.
not yet.
Oh, okay.
The rest of the party is just sort of circled and is watching.
Of the
They're
fake
circled
party.
around. Yeah, is circled around
The
you
ones
and
that
just
only
kind of
I
watching.
can see, the other doppelgangers.
Yes.
But I can still see them.
Yes.
Why?
That's not us!
Why do you have their faces? This isn't.
That's not us! They're imposters!
Imposters, you say? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it does not know. I will. I'll kill them all. I'll kill all of them. And I'm gonna like.
It's in. Okay.
I'm
sorry, go
gonna
ahead.
take the me, and with like this incredible feat of strength, hopefully, I'm gonna like. I'm gonna continue to grab her by the neck, but like swing her legs to like take out the other two.
Okay.
Holy
Yeah.
So you sort
a
of
bear
you
cat all of a
fireman carry her
sudden.
down and you throw her
Yeah,
sort of
at the other Apollonia. And
into Apollonia and Bernard. And as you do that, Gordy crouches down next
Gordy.
to you.
Oh wait,
and is
they're with
just
them
like-
too?
And is like,
wait.
Florence, you gotta stop this! This is crazy!
What are you talking about, Gordy?
This is nuts! You gotta calm down! What are you even doing?
Oh, but Gordy, he has the same face as you.
Florence, that's an imposter!
No, they're the imposters.
I don't know
What are you
to think
doing?
anymore.
Florence, look at me! Look at me! You acting crazy! Look at me! Just look at me!
Florence, look at me! Look at me in Apollonia! We just escaped those crazies!
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got away from them.
No.
What was the name of the little girl?
Alice!
Alice!
We got away from all of them.
No. I don't know which one. I don't know which one of you is real.
In
You
front
got
of the
me out of the
restaurant.
church!
Love, what did you hand me?
A mirror.
Did I take it?
No, you didn't take it. It was weird because your face was all fucked up, but you didn't want to look at it or nothing. You was a. So I'm gonna
That's
I'm
me.
gonna lunge for the Apollonia that wasn't just talking to me.
Okay. So you sort of like lunge into this woman, and she sort of tries to put you off a little bit, but you just sort of slam her into this tree with a ton of force, and you just feel the searing pain sort of in your shoulder as you connect. You just ran yourself into a tree. As you sort of connect. So
Does anything
this is
happen to me?
escalating.
Okay.
So, folks.
As she does that, does anything happen to real me?
No.
No? All right, then I cross the creek.
Okay.
I crossed the creek as well. I want to
Yeah.
help.
Okay.
No, I'm just trying to pull her off of the tree and go the other direction.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
She's fighting invisible
We need to
people.
get out of here.
You're strong, other Lady Wayworth.
Okay, so Apollonia, you sort of step behind and sort of
As you're trying to strangle a tree.
I can't see that it's a tree.
you
To
sort
me,
of
it looks like I'm strangling somebody, but it's hurting my hands.
you pull Florence sort of
Why is
away
your neck so rough?
from this tree. What do you do?
I'm just pulling her away. I'm crossing the creek. I'm just
Okay, you're
trying to get
literally
out.
dragging
Yeah.
her
Mhm.
away.
Florence,
Okay.
Florence, breathe.
go
Florence,
of me!
Florence, breathe.
Let go of me!
Breathe, Florence. This isn't. None of that's real. None of this is real.
But I can see it. I can see all of it.
It's because you're seeing it doesn't mean it's real. We're being. Something is messing with us. Something is screwing with our minds.
That Gordy's trying to attack you.
Stop that! Wait, I don't see that. It's so hard.
He's trying to attack me. Why are you trying to stop me, Gordy? Why are you
trying
trying
to protect us?
protect us? I'm trying to protect you.
Would Bobby
from
have
that
wanted
other
you to be a killer?
So as you sort of gesture out,
Yes.
there's nothing there.
I don't see it anymore.
No, that's not necessarily comforting.
What?
You are not exactly with it.
Are you? Come on.
I swear there was someone there just a minute ago. She looked just like
I
you.
grab her face and I angle it towards me. Yeah.
She looked just like you.
Would he have wanted you to become a killer?
Well, I mean, he's like involved with the mob and stuff, so I don't see why
Would
not.
you want to be a killer?
Well,
that's the more important question.
If it would,
That's a no, love.
I don't know.
That's a no.
No.
Hey, and look, I believe you. I believe that you saw something.
Gordy, as you are sort of talking and consoling, you look sort of past Florence to the other side of the creek.
Oh,
I
God.
believe you.
And you see a woman standing on the path.
Thank you, Gordy.
Hey, do you guys
She
see
is
that?
not one of you.
There's a lady over there. Hey, can you? We'll try. Help us.
Mr. Fitzgerald, not again.
Is it her? Is it the other?
What is
Is
it?
it the other me?
Do you look?
Yes, I look.
Okay, it is not. The two of you would recognize, it takes a moment, but you realize this is the cook from Murray's, the woman.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Are you real?
She sort of gives you sort of a confused sort of look and then gestures.
Oh, I
With
recognize
my
him.
other arm, I cover Gordy's mouth.
Oh, I recognize.
Are you real? Really?
It's not the best response I've had, but I'm.
I start to walk towards
Okay,
her.
again, she sort of puts a finger over her lips and gestures to follow.
I'm following after her.
Okay.
I follow.
Okay.
What else am I going to do? And then-
Okay, so you guys are sort of following her down this path, and as you're walking, will all three of you roll your spot hidden, please?
That's not a good skill.
Oh,
I don't know if this is
maybe.
gonna go well.
Well,
How many rerolls do we have?
Wait,
we have
what is this?
one reroll.
That's a no.
that's
I'm gonna use it
40.
for
Oh.
40.
Oh, okay. I hit my spot
I
hidden
hit my
exactly.
spot hidden as well.
Oh, so
Okay,
now you're
great.
fine anyways.
So it makes sense that Florence would not necessarily spot anything. She's
Crack, crack.
But as you are following the cook, you start to know you've been walking on sort of this soft ground path every now and you step on roots and things like that, every now and then. But as you're walking, you're starting to feel and hear occasional crunches as you're walking, and you hear it first, that sometimes when you step, you just start to feel these crunches underfoot.
Can I look?
I look down.
Okay.
I'm just totally
as
transfixed on the
you-
woman in front of us.
As you look down, you realize that they're not covering the whole path, but you are stepping on. At first, it just looks like the path is moving a little bit, and then you realize you are stepping on millipedes. You're stepping on roaches.
Okay.
You are stepping on these little pools of maggots.
You know.
Like you do.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything in front of us?
Just the woman. Just the cook.
Is she close enough for me to grab her arm and stop her?
Sure.
He's close enough for me to grab his arm and stop him.
Mhm.
I do exactly that.
Okay. As you grab the cook's arm.
Oh, I mean Florence.
Just the two of us.
Yeah, me
Florence
and-
Oh,
Gordy.
okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stop that. Okay, I apologize. You sort of stop.
I just
them
stopped
and
them from moving forward.
Okay, and stop moving. After a few steps, the cook and is just standing, facing forward a few feet ahead of the three of you.
Why aren't you at the diner?
You see her arm sort of move up, back to her lips, and you just hear,
Us, we need to do the same gesture that she did.
I indicate to all of the things we've been stepping on. Silently, I indicate to it. I look
Okay.
up at her.
Are they like coming from her? Like as she's walking, is there like a trail?
Well, as you are starting to pay attention more and more, Gordy, before we move any further, your weird bug phobia that chat gave you.
What? No!
Was that you?
I need you to.
Was that you?
No.
I need you to roll
I'm
against.
broke, dude.
I need you to roll against your sanity.
I succeeded. I got
No.
38 out of 42.
Okay. So you're just going to
Take
lose
that.
1. There's a moment where it's taking a lot to sort of focus on. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
There's
I'm
a lot
fine.
of bugs. There's a lot of crunches. A lot of disease in there.
It's okay, Gordy. How do you even know it's actually there?
Why are you? That was really creepy.
Well,
Are you?
I was seeing things earlier. Who's to say that any of this is real?
You're right.
You hear that
You're right.
same shush sound.
Again, I indicate to the path, and I look at her.
Mm-hmm. Her back is still to you.
Oh, her back is still to. Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought she was facing.
No,
okay.
you. Sorry, you. It
Okay.
sort of looked to you. It sort of
Got
just
it.
looked like.
I also
Got it,
turned
okay.
around. I want to look behind me. Have we made like progress, or is it like we've just been walking in place?
No, you've actually been walking.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You've actually been walking.
I'm sorry, but what? I don't. Are you producing these bugs?
Are you saying it to the lady in front of us?
It's gonna be really uncomfortable
A
if
little
she's
louder,
not.
Gordy. I don't think that she can hear you.
The cook.
Excuse me, are you like an elder god that's gonna kill us?
The cook lifts an arm
Okay,
and almost like a soldier sort of signaling to stop for a moment. But then the arm reaches out and grabs a low-hanging limb from one of the trees along the path. And she, with one arm, starts to pull herself up towards the tree as her legs almost look like they pull apart almost on the path and just maggots
You're right. You were right. You were right.
out of her legs. And you see as she pulls herself up onto this branch and is almost starting to melt and shift and just recoil and reform as you see what was from the ankles and the feet start to move up the trunk to rejoin. And as this thing with no real head, no real eyes, just this gaping mouth that you've seen before, just turns and screams at the three of you. I need all three of you to roll a check against your sanity.
What about for people who are already insane?
Yeah.
For her, I'm more just trying to figure out how she reacts now that she's
cool.
batshit.
I pass.
Do we have a reroll?
You can't reroll.
Oh, well, I failed.
Okay, well, yeah, you're done anyway.
I'm already insane.
Really,
I pass, yeah.
okay, actually, this roll really only mattered for you because, as remember, Gordy, we did hit our goal, our second goal. And you
bugs. It's fucking do it. I knew it. You're
had
a fucking
enough.
monster. You're a fucking bug monster. I'm stepping all over your shit. I can't.
Gordy takes off running
I can't do this. I
past
can't do
the
this.
creature further down
Ah,
the path.
I can't deal with this cockroach shit.
Gordy!
The creature screams again, Apollonia, what is your dexterity?
40.
One moment, let me find my bug person. There you are.
That's a pretty cool thing. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Person.
A bug person.
Yeah, step on like each bug like Men in Black and be like, oh, is that your hand?
My bad.
Oh, this is your uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your dexterity is
Was this
40?
your auntie? Yeah. It's 40.
Okay. So you have this moment. This thing is tensing. What do you do? It is now between you and Gordy.
Mm-hmm.
You're with
Florence.
Florence.
I grab Florence by the arm and I run the other way.
Oh.
Okay. all right.
Gordy keeps on wanting to run further into the forest, so I'm gonna let him go wherever he wants to go now.
Lady Wayworth, don't you think you're overreacting?
Says the person who is trying to bear claw a tree.
Well,
Okay.
maybe that's just a tree.
You guys are running,
Yep.
and you hear behind you just the steps of this thing dragging itself. It's quick.
Well, even if it's not
Dragging
real, it
itself
does seem to
after
be
you.
coming after us.
And just let
Florence
it take
has
us.
just gone to another place.
That's fine. I'm still pulling her along.
That's a really good take on that. I love it. That's insane.
I'm
So
still pulling her along.
Okay, so you are running. Will you please roll against your dexterity for me?
But don't you think maybe just in case it is real, we should come up with some sort of a plan?
Ooh, do you have any rerolls?
One. You have one reroll.
I'm gonna take it. Oh man.
Most recently supplied by Shadow Piper.
Well, I still feel this one, but I don't feel it as hard. So.
Okay. Okay. You are running as hard as you can with Florence in tow. Florence is just sort of off in this, not really recognizing the urgency of what's going on, so she's kind of slowing you down. And that is when this thing flanks you almost, and just its side bursts. Its head sort of absorbs into the front of its body and comes out the side and almost tries to battering ram you to the ground. So will you please roll
What am I rolling?
your dodge for me, please?
Dodge? Oh, I don't think it's very good. It is... Well, we'll see how this goes.
Believe.
And I don't think we have any rerolls, so whatever
we do not.
happens, happens. I do not pass it.
Oh no!
Whee! Okay. So this basically just a mass of
Stuff.
just crawly stuff just slams into you. The two of you sort of go tumbling off of the shoulder of the path down a little bit of a descend. You're rolling down leaves and dirt. You maybe even slam into a few smaller trees, and you just sort of come to a stop. And you sort of instinctually look up, and this thing is at the path up ahead, and it screams again.
Is it coming toward us?
You get
It's
the
just
feeling it
screaming?
has every intention to.
Okay.
Well, so we're like at the bottom of a hill, and there's like trees and rocks, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And more forest.
Cool.
You're just very off the path now. And as this thing sort of screams at you guys, again, it's looking down at you. You're looking up at it. JJ and Bernard.
How much farther we gotta go through these woods? Bernard, I'd rather not be out here.
It's alright. There's a clearing up ahead. There was like
Is that where your face got fucked up?
church. No, my face got fucked up trying to save you.
Oh, thanks for that. by
Yeah,
the way.
well, we're not out of the woods yet, pun intended. I swear to God, it was just right up here. I guess I'm.
Okay.
I lost my gun earlier, by the way.
So you guys
I got
sort of dove back into.
Yeah, I was running to the. I was trying to go back to
these.
these guys, and my last reference was the church.
Okay, so you were sort of trying to run
We're not there anymore.
back into the direction of the church. You guys sort of run and move for a little bit. Nothing really happens. Nothing really runs into you. You're
right, do you need
Look,
a minute?
look, no. I'll keep up, all right? I lost my gun earlier, but
Yeah, me too.
you should take this one. You're a better shot than I am.
You hear
Here, you
a train in the distance.
Huh?
The fuck? Is that a train?
You hear the whistle of a train, sort of in the distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that from you.
Yeah.
Here, you take this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use it.
There shouldn't be any trains out here, right?
I didn't see any tracks on the way into town.
Yeah. I didn't see much coming into this town. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Gordy was the only actual person that was technically part of our group.
All right.
I think it's safe to say that the people that we came here to find are probably not
Probably
here
dead.
anymore.
So we should go back to the boss, let him know they're dead,
Yeah.
and this whole town should be burned to the ground. Send everybody out. Everybody's got a whole. All of them.
I started that already.
Yeah.
I guess my question is,
And you come back with a lot of people.
or not at all. Just don't come back at all. How intent are you on finding everyone else?
You hear the train
On a
again
scale
in the
of 1 to
distance
10?
as you're talking.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. All right. I guess we double back.
And Gordy owed him a dead anyway, right?
I feel like you were gonna kill Gordy at some point during.
I wasn't
all
gonna
this.
kill him. It was
You
just,
did pull a gun on him in a car.
Well, he was, you know,
Yeah, no, that's not.
point
There-
taken. All right.
There is, a good chance the train tracks lead right back to civilization. Right back to Louisville.
Look. Let's catch that train.
It's a thought that would cross the survivalist's mind. Just throwing it out there.
Okay. Let's check it out. Let's scope it out first.
Okay.
Look, what if it's the only train coming through for the next couple of days? I say we just get on it and we figure out what's gonna happen afterwards.
Look, last time I ran. All right, let's go. Last time I ran through the forest, it wasn't good, but
Okay, so you guys move. You're not running. You're very cautiously
well, for the train is
and sort of briskly moving,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
not like. You guys reach a clearing, and you see a couple of things, sort of all together. You're overlooking a lake, and despite everything that's been going on, it's honestly a beautiful view. You see the train tracks. You see the bridge, the covered bridge over the lake.
Over the lake.
There's like sort of a narrow part of the lake before it really starts to open up, and across there's a train trestle. You do see the train leaving on the other side of it.
Okay.
So you've
Missed the train.
missed the train, but you found the tracks, if that makes sense. Maybe something comes through soon. Maybe it doesn't as you sort of watch.
Just to be clear here, we both see that train, right?
Yeah, I see that train. I don't know what. I mean, we could take a closer look. We could just start walking on tracks. It's gotta lead somewhere, right?
Better way to die than staying here.
I like go to reach my face, and I like the blood. Yeah.
I'm following you, soldier.
So you
I'm a
guys
little
are-
out of my element now.
You're sort of walking up to the tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are walking towards the train tracks. It's pretty clear. Alongside the forest has been cut back, and it's maintained. It's legit looking. You saw a train. And as you approach the tracks, JJ, you hear a voice.
Cool. Great. What's that?
It's me. Good job. We made it out of here.
What is it that your mother had a nickname for you, I think?
Oh,
And I
that was
lost it in my
a
notes.
long time
I
ago.
apologize.
My notes aren't with all my papers.
We can
so-
retcon it.
They got lost on the move.
JJ.
I'm pretty sure it was Pickles.
That's not it.
Pumpkin. Maybe pumpkin.
No more pumpkins in this.
We've had our share in the last volume.
You just hear
Mama,
very
that
familiar
you?
voice.
What?
It's my mother. She's
JJ, I'm here.
talking to me right now, but I know she's not. Last time she talked to me, she led me off a fucking cliff.
You see, clear as day, your mother
No, don't.
standing at the entrance of the covered bridge.
Don't do this to me right now, Mom. I'm not listening to you.
JJ, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's what she said last time. And now I got a bum fucking knee.
JJ, you can change this.
Change it?
JJ, come help me, sweetie. And she just turns and walks into the covered bridge.
I'm not following you. Mom, last time you let me off a cliff.
Roll against your sanity, please.
Oh no. It's lower than it used to be when we started this journey today. Quite a bit lower. I succeed by just a couple.
Okay. You lose one. You are you're keeping your cool as best you can here, but it does not change the fact that you are watching your mom walk into
But not.
this covered bridge. Same clothes she was wearing that day.
I
It's
see
as
my
if
mother.
she hasn't changed one bit.
And the last time I saw my mother, she led me off a cliff, leaving me with this bum knee here, okay? So just know that if I try to do anything rash, unexpected, you have my full permission to knock me the fuck out. And keep it from happening, okay? I don't trust myself when I see her. I don't like what she does to me.
And just to be clear, there's no way that this actually is your mother.
Do you see someone in front of me right now?
Nope.
I would
Bernard,
trust your instincts over my own right now.
as the two of you are sort of watching the train trestle, you hear faintly but distinctly with what is clearly a German accent, softly, painfully, a man in English singing Amazing Grace.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know, Gia. Maybe you could give us an example. I can't really hear that.
Yeah, I can't picture that in my mind's eye.
He sounds like your version of Admiral Thrawn.
What amazing grace. That's a 20, so I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Yep. But I lose one, right?
You lose one.
Amazing Grace.
Fuck. It's coming from the
Yeah, from the direction of
the
the
tunnel?
of the tunnel.
Look, we don't have to. We can just. We don't have to go this way, right? We can go the other way.
Yeah.
You can still see her. She's still waiting for you.
I'm not following you, Mom. I'm not doing it.
Maybe we should go find the others. You know, like
Yeah?
at least just go see. You know, we don't have to go in this tunnel
What makes
right
you
now.
think? What makes you think that our way out of here is going to be any different?
I'm just saying we don't have to go in there at this
Suddenly you hear
moment.
something crashing in the woods ahead of you. Or actually, sorry, behind you from the way you came.
So either I follow my mother to my death one more time,
Yep. Sure, that's what's in there.
or we go back to that.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
It's coming closer. This isn't like a jump scare. There was a noise. What was that? Something is coming towards you.
It's the rifle. It's what
I
kind of?
feel-
It's like a hunting rifle.
I feel like everything right now is trying to lead me into that tunnel.
Well, this thing's coming at us. Let's just.
But I don't trust it.
Okay, you stare at the tunnel. You just stare at the
So
tunnel.
let's go back to the
Just
woods.
Stare at the tunnel for a second, and I'm like gonna go prone, like on, like next to the opposite
it's
side
coming.
of it.
You see movement coming.
Yeah, and I'm just like lining up wherever this movement's coming out of the tree.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm walking directly towards the sound. I'm walking the opposite direction
You're
of my
walking.
mother.
You're
I'm
doing.
getting as far away from my mom.
I'm just lying
as I can.
prone, waiting for whatever's about to come out of the trees.
Okay, so you're waiting to take
Yeah.
a shot. Okay, it's coming.
I'm not
closer.
scared of you.
It's closer. Your
Whatever you
fingers
are, I'm not
hovering on
scared
the
of you.
trigger. You're sort of walking towards the woods, saying that you're not scared, and that is when it bursts through the woods, and Gordy just tackles into you, screaming about insects.
Fucking bugs everywhere! There's bugs everywhere! You're the fucking roach! Oh, look who it is! Oh, look who it is!
Gordy!
Oh,
Gordy!
oh, hit me again.
Gordy!
Again.
This time I make a fist. and
Again, I got a new invention idea. We can have it with
Oh, yeah,
like
I
a
punch
jack
him.
in
I
the
punch him
box.
right in the face.
Like a jack in the
Hard as I
box.
can. He's
and
talking
a
crazy.
You were just sort of
Russian roulette.
punching Gordy in the face.
Get off of me! Gordy! Fuck off me!
Gordy, you are convinced that you are all in hell.
Oh, this is it. We're all fucking dead.
Can
right
I
now,
at least
man.
roll to
We
see if
all
I
in
knock his
hell.
ass out?
I saw Devil's dick, and he came in the
Nope,
form
you know what?
of
I'm knocking him out.
roaches.
I'm knocking him out.
Give me a
He
strength.
starts talking about dicks, and I hit him real hard in the face.
We're in it, man.
Give me a strength check.
What, man? You're torturing me right now. You're a fucking devil. You're a fucking demon. I
Roll against your
knew it.
strength.
Okay, roll against
Oh,
my
me?
strength.
Oh.
Or just roll a straight up fighting. I mean, are you trying to dodge or move?
I can roll my unarmed, or
Go and roll your unarmed.
I'm just
for me.
taking
Let's see
it,
what
dude.
happens.
I'm
Okay.
just taking it.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled a 43 out of 75.
Okay,
well,
you're good.
well, guess what, Satan? I accept my punishment.
So he's just yelling, and you just crunch him once really well, and Gordy is just out.
Bernard, I got Gordy over here was talking about Satan's dick.
What?
He said he saw Satan's dick.
Is that?
I think one of those guys back
one
at
of
the
his-
farmhouse showed him the pecker or something.
Is that one of his new inventions? I don't.
He was talking about invention, something to do with Satan's dick. I knocked him out. It's freaking me out.
This is. So I have like that denim jacket that I have. It's probably dirty and stuff. I'm gonna take it off and like turn it basically so like the back side is at his front side. So I'm kind of like putting his arms through it to kind of turn it into
A straight jacket?
straight jacket, and then tying off the back sleeves.
I've never seen Gordy like that. I know he was crazy, but he was out of his damn mind. But I guess seeing the devil's penis will do that to me.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was repeating what Gordy said.
Well, if he's here, should see if the others are here, or do we?
They can't be far behind. They were probably.
Roll Gordy
He came
into
running
the-
out of those woods.
You knocked him out really good.
Miss Wayworth.
Bernard, what was any of this for? You just keep hearing that man you just sat with
Oh no!
from the trestles.
Florence.
JJ,
Apollonia. You
JJ,
out there in the
come
woods? Mom, shut the fuck up.
Let's look. If
Are you hearing things too, Bernard?
so you have the woods behind you where you just came from.
Yep.
You have a covered bridge across a lake. You have further into the woods alongside the railroad tracks, and you have further in the woods, and then that sort of slopes down as the lake sort of builds out.
look, if Gordy's here,
Yeah,
maybe the
others
other
are
two are
probably
nearby.
close by,
Let's
yeah.
just, I'm not saying that we should just leave this tunnel, but let's leave this fucking
We'll
tunnel.
leave the tunnel. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna try and pick up Gordy
Okay.
as best I can.
You guys are able to do that pretty
Yeah.
easily. It's a little bit of
and
dead weight.
and I kind of want to hug. You want to just look at this? Does it make sense just to stay close to at least kind of the lake? Yeah. So just kind of hug this around and see where it goes.
Yeah, maybe the devil can't swim.
Yeah.
So sort of the downhill.
The downhill. I don't want to go back in this fucking forest.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around.
So as you guys sort of step over and you cross the railroad tracks, And as you sort of get to the edge before
I
the
do have a question for you. If I start
Yep.
yelling for Miss Wayworth, any chance she hears me?
Yeah, can I hear any of this?
Uh,
Because I do have very good hearing.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you can't yell in the woods.
I was already yelling out for him.
Yeah.
He's already calling our
He's
name.
already
Yeah, you guys
yelling
have
in the
already
woods.
been calling out.
There's been a lot of screaming and yelling going on.
We'll get there.
Okay.
How about that? So you did do something. You were yelling for Miss Wayworth. So as you guys sort of get to the part of this hike that's now sort of going to take you downhill, you notice sort of overlooking the lake at one point, sort of shortly, kind of far off, not far off, but further down in the distance. At the lake, there is a very sort of large, nice-looking cabin.
Are the lights on?
You do see lights.
I don't like this banana.
Oh, no. This is the part that you don't like.
I don't like anything about anything that's happened since we got in this godforsaken town, but I don't like the convenience of this cabin just appearing before us. No matter how serendipitous, I don't believe it.
Look, you saw how gone Gordy was. Maybe the best thing is hold up, wait for this night.
What if Satan's dick's in that cabin? What if that's where Gordy ran from, is what I'm saying.
He ran. Well, then we give him Gordy back and we get out of there.
Everybody just pawning off Gordy.
I guess that's about as logical a thing you could do.
Yeah, I was kidding. We're not gonna.
So
That's fucked up. You don't.
as you guys are sort of starting to move down this hill and having this conversation, we're going to cut back to the two of you again. The moment this thing is sort of tensed at the top of the hill, what do you do?
Can we hear JJ? Or can I hear JJ? Because I don't know if Florence can hear anything right now.
At the yeah.
It's up the hill from us. I'm looking
Yeah.
up at it.
You know what? Go ahead and roll. We'll roll this because
Okay.
I'm not sure if you do or not. So let's go ahead and do a listen. But with everything going on, we're gonna make it an intermediate. So the top right.
Oh, man. Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Top pretty fair. Right?
It's gonna be so. Listen, and then it's the 37.
Okay.
You do have 3 rerolls.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Reroll that.
2 rerolls.
Yeah, I'm going to reroll that. Nope.
We have 1 reroll.
I'm just trying to hear. Fuck it, I'll do it. Not gonna happen.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't hear him.
So what are you guys doing?
You know, honestly, Miss, it seems rather insanitary for you to
Are
be
you
in a
just
kitchen.
Pulling her and running? What are you doing?
I'm just
Considering the fact that you're made entirely out of maggots and cockroaches and whatnot.
So Apollonia is now pulling you.
I
She's
think
running
your restaurant will get shut down.
again. You don't hear JJ, but as you are running, you do hear the train.
Okay. Then what I do is I grab Florence, and using the speed from my mother's side of the family, I run.
Okay. Normally, that would probably be something that I would have you roll a little madness check for, because that's crazy.
I'm already insane.
It's kind of fun
cool
right
with
now,
me.
though. So as you are bolting towards the direction of this train, you guys are moving down this hill. We're going to cut back to the fire at Murray's,
Oh.
where 2 cars, identical to the cars that, or to the car that you drove here, pull up
No.
to Murray's.
Huh?
A goon sort of gets out of the driver's seat. He opens a door, and this sort of older gentleman, this older woman with a limp and a suit steps out of the car, looks around, says, they killed Kingsbury on the boat. They clearly didn't stop there. You find them. The family calls us in. You find them, you kill them. When the family needs something done, they call the crows. Find them. And this group of toughs in their suits load up. Everyone's armed, and they sort of start to fan out from these two cars. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode of He Left It Dead.
I feel like that could possibly be some sort of retribution for something that happened in the first episode.
What possibly could you be referring to?
I wondered if that was ever coming back to us.
Listen, if a man manhandles a woman without her permission,
he gets bit in the neck.
Bite his
And
throat
dies.
out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Thank
so
you,
maybe you
everyone.
don't assault women like that.
Dang. I mean, listen.
Thank you, everyone.
That is the one specific
True lesson.
of He Left It Dead. Don't touch a lady.
You'll
Like
get
that
kicked in the
without her
balls.
permission.
This show is mostly about consent. Consent of Cthulhu is what I like to call
Consent
it.
of Cthulhu.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Yay!
Thank you guys for coming in so hard and hitting those 2 goals.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you
That's
for even
dope.
showing up. Still showing up for Hyper, showing back up for this show after that much time off. I'm super pumped to be back at the table. I know these guys are as well.
It took a minute, but then after like a short minute, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is it. I remember it."
Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
We're
I got
good.
back into it.
I actually really like sort of just sitting on this side of the table with you guys.
I
That
like
said,
it too.
I'm gonna roll through some of these tips.
Let's hear 'em.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
hear 'em.
Because you guys were on fire
that's
tonight,
crazy.
and now you guys
So
get to find
good.
out where some of this weird shit came from.
Cool.
Beauty and Beast, hashtag sanity for Bernard. Thank you so much. Bradley D. Burnett, hashtag rerolls for 2019. Let's hope Matt resolved to share the rerolls. And he did.
I needed a lot.
did.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't
it
use
was
that
bad.
many tonight. I used like 4.
Negahama, thank you, brother. The party's gonna need some hashtag rerolls.
Yes.
Thank you, thank
We
you.
did.
Arid Zink, so happy to see He Left It Dead return. Thank you. I'm happy to see it return as well. I've missed seeing you all. Can't wait to see what Joe has in store for tonight. It was mostly what you guys had in store tonight. Here's a sanity for Florence. Never give up on finding Bobby. You can do it.
Thanks, Aaron Zink. Yes, she can. She certainly believes she
Devaro
If
31.
he's alive.
Rubber throwing disc is back. Back for blood. Hashtag evil. Thank you for keeping them away from the house for
That
me.
was great.
That was the birth of our little girl waving the flying disc. Mr. Owl, 2 more for the reroll pool. Reldal, 2 more rerolls since Matt ate them all. Love that you guys are back. Orion Power 2001, hashtag reroll, getting ready for Matt's next turn.
Load them up.
Devaro 31, JJ encounters a porcupine. Hashtag evil porcupine. So that was our
that was the
that was our
creature
weird
with the-
spine creature.
Oh.
That's
like
how
that.
I
I like
interpreted
it.
that.
Okay. I
'Cause
like it.
I'm broken
Okay.
inside. Bradley Burnett, hashtag phobia for Bernard, a fear of religious songs and hymns. In the Great War, when he was a sniper, Bernard shot a man from a sniper position but did not kill him. He listened to the man sing hymns and prayers for hours as he slowly died. Bradley!
Jesus
Dark.
Christ.
That's dork! But I love it. Thank you so much. Doomsday Danny, Florence has a hashtag phobia of doubles. Copies, twins, identical reproductions. That thing's just ain't natural. Jay Pistol, hashtag evil. It's a little hard to see at first, but a group of 5 figures approaches. One of them looks to have a bad leg. One moves with the grace of a dancer. One has demeanor of a grizzled soldier. One a woman of high society. One looks like Gordy. Gordy has no distinguishing features. He just looks like Gordy. Thank you
That's
so
funny.
much. I thought that was really, really fun.
Yeah, it was good.
You played that beautifully.
Thank
Thank you so much. Dashing CN, hashtag evil. The group encounters Mags Bennett and her family. They just showed up at the end. There's some other details about Mags that I don't want the players to know yet that you gave us, Dashing CN.
Oh, shit.
Soup a lot. 2 hashtag insanities. 1 for Gordy, 1 for Florence.
Of course. Thank you.
I think we did those. Yeah, we did those. That was
Insanity?
Bugs, and that was you getting you were already
I don't
crazy.
know. I was crazy for a good solid half.
Oh,
of
so that
this
was you
episode,
getting
so.
angry as a reaction.
Oh,
Is what we picked.
Yes.
J Pistol, hashtag phobia. Gordy has a fear of bugs. That came in so well.
So fast.
Yeah, but it's like you guys, you know,
Specifically bug
you guys
bites.
are good at that.
So remember that, specifically bug bites. Bradley
That was
D.
after
Burnett.
you said that you'd actually
Oh,
done by
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That
That was
interesting.
weird. Yeah, that was super
Ooh,
creepy.
that was-
Two hashtag
Yeah.
rerolls,
Wow.
two hashtag sanities
Thank
for
you,
Florence
thank you.
and Bernard, balancing out
Aw.
the phobias I gave them. We're going to
you.
bank yours.
Oh,
Please
okay.
make a note of it, actually,
Yeah.
now that you won't be crazy next session. And yours was your love of killing people. That was fun.
That was very twisted.
Clockwork 816, hashtag reroll. Thank you so much. Working class hero, hashtag reroll. Let's take down another elder god. Let's not. The Shadow Piper sending a much needed hashtag reroll, and J Pistol, hashtag reroll. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, those rerolls were
Um,
clutch.
That was a fun one.
That was
I
great.
was not sure where this was going to go.
It's always fun to see where the chat takes it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. No. This was super great. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. I believe there's some magic tomorrow. What's going on
we'll be
tomorrow,
going
Zach?
live at 4 p.m. tomorrow, like we do every day, Monday through Friday. It will either be myself, Lucas, or Malika doing some streaming for you. Probably Malika tomorrow, as we work to set up magic for the first time in this studio with the new top-down camera setup and everything that we got to work out. And then at 6 p.m. we'll be playing some magic, and Michelle's going to join us. It's going to be really fun. You will not mill me, because I might just do commander or something like that, so it makes it really difficult for that to happen because I'm tired of it. So yeah, come on over tomorrow, play some magic with us, and we may have some surprises in store during magic. So
Well, thank you guys again for supporting HyperRPG. From all of us to all of you.
May the force
Let the
be with
madness
you.
take you.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
like
That's good.
that.
See you
I
guys
like
next week.
bye.